Hi, chat. How we doing? I know we're squibbying. How are we doing other than that? Hello, hello, chat. Hope we're all having a good day. Hope we're all having a good... I was gonna say a good stream. That's more so up to me, I think. But hello. Chat, you can see me looking down at the beginning of this because I realize I have a lot of pixels in W place and I want to put them down before. Look, and I'm normal. I'm normal. I swear to you, chat. Show off the place? I did show it off yesterday. We're getting there. We're getting goods. Use them on my computer? True. 1 second, let me get the guys that I currently have down. Going down, in and around, and sugar, we're going down. Pixels? I'm doing... That's my excellent, commentary. 1 second, I need to make sure my guide is updated. I'm doing so good at pixels, chat. I'm doing so good at W Plays. I'm gamer. Alright, here, let me pull it up. Show it off at the top of stream. Oh, that's where I put all the EFOs. Right, yes, that's what I was doing when I was on here last. Beep bop boop, beep bop boop. Come join me over here for a little second here, chat. we got these guys. They're hanging out. They're being great. We got a hobgoblin showing up. Everybody gets scared. There's a hobgoblin on the loose. Out and about. A hobus gobbus. A scary. Everybody gets scared. It's the hobgoblin. That's his notorious catchphrase. Get scared. Hob on my cup. We do keep saying that about him. I didn't want to just say that apropos of nothing. You know? He's truly a character of all time. Truly for name alone, you know? Get these guys here, back to this. Loop those back on, like that. Doing an excellent. See, he's hobbling, he's gobbling. He's getting filled in as we go. Having a lovely time. That one's not red. Fuck you, you thought you could trick me into placing a pixel wrong. Your nefarious actions, Mr. Hoblin Goblin. You know that the name is silly whenever I actually say the name and not just call them by their real name. Which is a thing that I do for a lot of villains. The fact that I'm not just like, Harry... You know? Because Harry is a good name to say like that. But no, his name is Hobgoblin. His goblin is hobbed. Or use one of your silly word associations. Yeah. Yeah. Carnegie Hall. Exec. Good. Artificer got second. Good job, Artificer. Oh boy, how delightful. I'm never going to remember that redeem... Well, I remember that it exists at the top of stream. I'm like, I wonder if anybody will redeem it this time. Because sometimes people don't. And then it's just like a wonderful moment, you know? Get these guys here. This one I put down like this. Excellent. Orange pixel here as well. Excellent. Excellent, chat. Okay, I still have a lot of pixels, but I think I can be normal about that. Let's go back to big screen. Oh boy, chat. Let's see, what day is it today? October the 7th. Let's pull up the list. Where did you guys go? Chat? Chat, I'm scared. Where did you go? Chat? Why aren't you on the screen? You're gone! Will you turn it off and on again? That's scary. It's scary. Well, chat, you have decided to be mysterious. Oh, never mind. Is this a result of me filming an outro a few days ago? No. I was like, it says it's visible. I double checked. Alright, it is October 7th. Now we can look at the birthdays. There's only one. There is one singular birthday today, and it's a Vocaloid. Let me double check. I think this is who I'm thinking of. It's Ruby. Let's see here. Yeah! I remember her design. She's cute. If I go over here, can I show her to you? Look, she's cute. That's her. It's her birthday today. Ruby. Do I know any of her songs? I feel like I mostly listen to covers with her. Not like originals, unfortunately. I'm sure that she has some. I'm sure. But yes, it's just her today. I guess I can go ahead and say some of the ones for tomorrow. Because I'm not gonna be live tomorrow, so we can see- Oh shit, we got some- Holy- Okay, we got one really good one. Or two really good ones. And then two okay ones. Look, I know I keep talking about how much I don't care about My Hero Academia anymore. I remember who Mineta is. I don't need to look up who Mineta is. Anyway. Then we also have a notorious Vocaloid here. It's Gachapoid Ryuto. It's Gachapoid's birthday tomorrow. This little freak. This absolute... Does anybody... The notorious Vocaloid. Here, look at, the link. If we, this guy? This guy? I feel like his design is pretty notorious. I feel like whenever people are Link-ass design, people always make fun of this guy. Because he's stupid looking. Wind Waker type design. He's just a little guy, and I do respect the little guyness of him, but I mean, that silly little face, you know? What a silly little tingle looking ass. Nice. Oh yeah, I know Schaefer listed that, this is off topic. Well, it's on topic of Legend of Zelda. Schaefer listed that big, Legend of Zelda popularity video recently. I guess I won't spoil it because it's still somewhat recent. Number one is my favorite, and I'm so glad that number one, it was who they were. Hehehe. I don't remember if I voted in it or not. If I did, I'm like, I think there's only like 2 or 3 characters that I would have put in there, you know? I'm not super into Zelda, but my number one fave is my number one fave. And I also like another character, but you know, there's like 2 or 3 characters that I really like a lot. But anyway, the really big ones for tomorrow are Haruhi Suzumiya from The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. Truly an anime icon. Really defined a lot of tropes and shit. Really defined a lot of the, I think, like, that show, I think, is one of the most... if not one of the, like, reasons that, like, simuldubbing became a thing. Or simulcasting? I forget what it's called. When, like, a show, like an anime, would be released in Japan, like the episode would air, and then like pretty much immediately the dub version would happen. Because people were fucking desperate for Haruhi. People love Haruhi. I never finished watching it. I think like a little bit before a couple episodes in the second season. I'm so disappointed that I didn't get to Endless 8. I learned about that after the fact. Dude, if I had watched that with no knowledge, I would have lost my mind. I wish I could have seen that. And the other one is a Vocaloid song, Echo, by Crusher P featuring Gumi. That is one of my favorite Vocaloid songs of all time. And I think that might have been the song that, like, got me into Vocaloid. At the very least, like, one of the first few songs that I heard that actually got me into it. Because I think maybe Copycat I had heard first, and that led me to Echo. But I know I really got into Vocaloid through Gumi. And all of those things, because I was like, holy shit, because I had not heard a Vocaloid in English up until that point, and I was like, holy shit! They can do that? Crazy. But absolutely delightful. I think it's time, chat, for me to maybe— no, I don't step into the dark for this game. I'm a liar. I don't step into the dark for this game because it doesn't like it. But I think we can get prepared for it. I like a good Scarlet Hollow. Last we left off in this game, I think we're in Chapter 3? I think we're in Chapter 3. We've went to bed twice, I think, so that would be Chapter 3, I think. Yes. Sorry for the loud noise of me putting down my iPad. I thunked that onto my desk way louder than I intended. I done fucked that up a bit, but whatever. We're pulling up Scarlet Hollow. Last we left off, we were about to investigate— is his name Oscar? I'm gonna be struggling. I'm like, what were people's names? I think his name was Oscar. We're investigating his house, because he thinks it's haunted. And that is spooky. Being haunted? A little spooky. I don't know if you guys know this. But if we go over to the game screen, I gotta turn the spooky background back on, as well as the content warning bit here. I turned those off from yesterday when we decided to do a little bit of Balatro. In case you missed yesterday's stream, the reason that we're playing this today is because I beat Yuppie Psycho a little bit early. So we're playing this instead. Oh boy, look at this delightful house. Okay, here we are. So many people here. I hope that Avery is going to be okay. I'm so worried because I personally invited Avery, you know? And it's like, if the person that I personally invited is injured, then I'm going to feel so bad. Especially since we're sort of flirting with Avery. Sort of. We're like really flirting with Avery, so, you know. But here we are in Oscar's house. We have our friends here. Let me hit H. We got— let me try to remember everybody's names. Was it Nakima? Something similar like that. I remember the key noise in there. We have Avery, as I mentioned earlier. We have Stella or Skylar. I'm bad at names. It was something like that. Gretchen or Gertrude? I remember sounds. I'm like, there's a key noise and it begins with an N. Avery, I remember. Either Skylar or Stella. Gertrude or Gretchen. You were Oscar's kid? Were you, like— your name began with either an A or a B. Because the character you were talking to a lot, that was in the character in the mines, who was like, I'm a little emo twerp and we're gonna stay in the mines forever, had the other of the A and B, and I was like, whoa, there should be a character whose name begins with C so it can be the ABCs. And then Zane has his name on his shirt. Thank you, Zane. Thank you, Zane. I approve. I approve. Zane is just chill, and I like that. And then I think his name is Oscar. It begins with an O, I think. And of course we have a little Ditchlin out there. A beautiful Ditchlin. But alright, here we are, back in the beautiful house, investigating it to see if anything is haunted. I'm just truly enamored by the background, dude. Like, the detail of the fact that the cat had been scratching the couch. It's a little— is this you? Is this you? Just chilling? Ah, it's so good. It's so good. I love this worm. I love the cat's worm. You all cross over the threshold and enter Oscar! I remembered the name correctly! Oscar's living room. Family photos line the walls and stacks of books sit comfortably on wooden furniture. Okay, looks pretty normal for now. I don't remember that picture being on the floor, but that could be non-supernatural. Is there a second ditchling behind you as well? 2 ditchlings for the price of 1! Stella, okay. None of my equipment is picking up anything around the picture. But I'll set up a camera in case it falls again. Could be important evidence. Ah, it's a unicorn in there. Beep. You might want to save your cameras for Rosalina's room. That's where I've seen the ghost manifest. Oh, I love that it's in your daughter's room. That's great. That's not scary. I wonder if the ghost will even show with this many people around. Oh dear, could someone please warm the air back up? My joints are creaking in this dreadful chill. Thank you, Gretchen. I love you. Oh, wait. Is it just me, or does it suddenly feel colder? It sure does. I definitely feel that. Same. I've got chills. Kanika! Okay. Okay. I got the things confused, whatever. The temperature gun says it's actually a couple of degrees colder, but that's normal. Rooms and hallways are sometimes different than other parts of the house. Whoa, genuine cold spot. I gotta snap a pic for posterity. Is that it? That isn't very scary. Alright. I feel a presence for a ghost here. Wait, Rosalina, if the ghost mostly manifests in your room, shouldn't you have seen it? I've only seen the stain. Dad made me switch rooms with him way before we moved out. I wasn't about to let my daughter sleep in a haunted bedroom. I spent most of my nights on the couch before we set up shop in the library. Even if there is something back there, I'm not scared of it. I'm mad at it. Y'all are so brave. I'd be terrified sleeping somewhere that might have a ghost. Come on, ghost, let's see some real action. Alright, gang! I think we'll cover more ground if we split up and search for clues. Oh boy. You sure there's really ghosts? Maybe just a shy. Rosalina's room. We found the ghost. I mean, I gotta. Let's just see who this house really. Let's see who this really is. And the achievement thing was an image of Fred Jones unmasking a guy. Delightful. Okay. Oh? If that's the case, then I call dibs on Mack. No, absolutely not. I think we all know how that would go. Ghost or no, splitting up is always a recipe for disaster. Yeah, you're probably right. If we discover a ghost here, we should all discover it together. That's not exactly the angle I was going for, but okay. It's probably for the best. We don't want everyone fighting over who gets to go with who. Avery gives you a brief, knowing glance. Yo, once we find the ghost, how are we gonna get rid of it? Like, how does one bust such a thing? Well, my ghost hunting kit has symbols for every major religion, assorted holy books, a bunch of salt, and some jars. For ectoplasm. Symbols from every major religion, some fucking Benny from the Mummy type shit. And if worse comes to worse, we can always use the Ouija board to politely ask it to leave. It's worse comes to worse as we politely ask it. Aren't Ouija boards super cursed? Are you sure that wouldn't make it mad or invite a demon into the house or something? Okay, who's talking? Oh, Avery, sorry. That sounds like fun to me. We might as well try it, right? What's the worst that could happen? We make the ghost mad and he gives us more evidence? Sounds like a win-win. Someone mentioned the mummy? Yeah. What was your name again, kid? Alexis. Okay. Alexis and Avery's names both beginning with A threw me off for a second. Alright. Yeah. I love Benny from The Mummy. That is, I think, genuinely my favorite scene in The Mummy, is Benny just, like, reaching, being like, oh shit, a fucking creature, immediately reaches down shirt and pulls out, like, 10 different necklaces, and starts praying to every god he can think of. Truly iconic. I'd rather not take the chance. One ghost is enough to deal with. I don't much like the thought of opening a door for something worse. Well, you've never been this superstitious, Dad. This ghost really has you freaked out. Okay. Oscar takes a deep breath before continuing. Let's head to Rosalina's room. Follow me. Here we go. Oh, there's the stain that they mentioned. Holy shit, many boys! Pick, cut, and pray. Pick, yeah. Oh my god, wait, we need to appreciate the background here for a second. Okay, obviously the stain and everything here. Beautiful little bat! Beautiful little bat plushie. Aw, anime art here. Nice little corkboard. And fucking Many Boys, new album, November 22nd. Zane, can you scooch out of the way? I want to see what this poster is so badly. Okay. That feeling again. Like the mines. Like the door to the clinic. A dusty, suffocating, dizzying feeling. Something is in this house, though whether it's a ghost or something worse, you aren't sure. Wow. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Do you mean this massive blood stain? It stinks to high heaven. I love her little reaction. Weird. I'm not getting anything. It's not even cold. It's the same temperature as the living room. Nothing on the EMF either. Then your equipment is wrong. The stain is definitely paranormal. I've scrubbed it out too many times to count, and it just keeps coming back. It's just a stain, Dad. Can't we just cover it back up? I don't mind sleeping in here. Maybe we just have to scrub it out first. Could be that paranormal stuff will activate if we give it a reason to. Oh, good idea! Y'all are offering free carpet cleaning, be my guest. Gretchen says it's a blood stain. Ghost blood? Yeah, ghost blood. Or it's just a rusty pipe leaking all over your floor. I think that'd be a bigger problem than what Mack and Stella are suggesting. They're both big problems, Kanika. I don't know. Ghost blood sounds pretty intense. Have y'all tried ripping up the carpet to see what's causing the stain? The government owns this house. There's no way I'm leaving a big red stain in their carpet. I made sure it was pristine every morning. Besides, I also kind of assumed it was ghost blood, which it is. What if there's something written under there? Only one way to be sure. Stella excitedly starts tugging at the corner of the carpet. Go, girl! Are we digging? Oh, are we digging? Let me help! This is my area of expertise, after all. Aw, thank you so much, Gretchen. You're doing such a good job. Oh, dear. You're doing the government a favor, really. We'll cover for you. You don't have to sweat it. Okay. Trapdoor! 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 Oh my god! Oh my god, we're in the Evil Dead, gang! Guys, there's deadites down there. Everybody, get a weapon. Grab your crutches. Oh, they don't have a bar to hold on to. You know what, maybe they couldn't afford the bar. I don't know, I didn't go to law school. Alright, oh, Gretchen, you baby. Okay. Okay. I know she's old, but whatever. When you're a pug, you're automatically a baby no matter what. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch, the floor around it stained reddish brown, not blown. Oh, what if there isn't a ghost after all? What if somebody lives down there? Okay, maybe I don't want to sleep in here. Good thought, Rosalina. Oh boy. So we're going down there, right? course we are! This is even better than finding a message! There's safety in numbers, my dears. But there's no basement in this house. At least we weren't told about a basement. And look! All the red stuff's coming from underneath. Oh yeah, this is super haunted, alright. You've got a basement chock full of ghosts. I can just feel it. Thank you, Stella. Still no readings, though. None of the equipment has made a sound. Of course not. Y'all know last month was super rainy. It's clearly been a long time since anyone stepped foot in the basement or crawl space or whatever it is under that hatch. There must be a leak that flooded the whole area under the house. The water dissolved the caulk around the edge and leaked through the carpet. It's red because North Carolina has red-ass dirt. It's as simple as that. It's not mud. It's blood. Human blood. I tested it. Maybe you tested it wrong? It can't be blood, right? Whatever it is, I need to know what's down there. I need to know what's been under my bed all these years. Yeah! There's an old hatch in the floor that someone tried to seal up. We're not leaving until we've explored every nook and cranny. You consider that they might have tried sealing it up because it's unsafe? Uh-oh. Do you think the flooding could have made the house unstable? I'm all in on ghost hunting, but I don't know if I could crawl into another dangerous crevice. That's understandable, Zane. I'm going for it. I also want to go for it. Oh. You come into Oscar's living room. You can't tell what time it is, and your friends are nowhere in sight. Oh, oh, that big sound effect, and then there's no color anymore. The painting is gone. Everything else that I was looking at is still there, aside from the Ditchlands, obviously. But, you know, like, the scratches on the couch are still there, the worm and stuff, so it's not... I don't think that we've gone back in time, necessarily. That was my immediate thought, you know? I don't remember if that door was open or not, and I don't remember if these were there or not. There might have been people in front of them. Boy, oh boy. The building feels colder. There's something about the air that feels wrong. It's stale, with an undercurrent of molten earth. You feel claustrophobic, as though you're in a coffin, each breath depleting what little oxygen is left. Oh boy. Hello? Is anybody here? There's no reply. Call Tabitha. The phone rings. I've been looking all over for you. Where did you... What? Why are you saying that? I... didn't say anything? Yeah, okay, I get it. Pulling a funny little prank on your poor, long-suffering cousin, playing some creepy, old-timey radio clip over the phone. Did Kanika put you up to this? Whatever. Just come home. I'm sick of chasing after you. Call disconnects. The phone rings. Eddie? You hear something drop violently on the other end, and then a dial tone. Eddie? Call Kanika? Eddie? It's the same voice you heard when you called Stella, uttering the same phrase. You want to hear something drop violently on the other end, then a dial tone. Okay. And Tabitha's reaction wasn't, what? It was, why did you say that? I don't know if we know anybody named Eddie. I don't recall anybody named Eddie. But I'm curious if Tabitha knows. I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere calling the cops. Yeah, this clearly isn't getting you anywhere. Let's go to Rosalina's room. Whatever just happened was weird, but your friends are probably still in Rosalina's room. You head further into the house. Oh, this is cool as hell! Oh, this is cool as hell! Oh, this is like some Madoka Magica shit. Oh my god, I love this. Oh, dude. There's a couple of Ditchlands. Couple of little friends. The goat and a bird. I was so caught up in the goat, or the ram? Whatever, and I didn't see the little birdie. A horse? Unicorn? Is that unicorn? Unicorn. Various, like, flower type shit, but prickly ones. Watch out. These statues here. These aren't exactly the ones in the garden, I don't think. This is definitely set up to look like the garden. Especially because the garden has, like, 2 little fawns, and then, like, 1 big woman. But this are just 2 little boys, and then 1 big... I don't know. So it's got a horse head. And then there's obviously this thing back here with the big creepy face. I don't know if that's connected to that, or if those are, like, horns. It's got little hands. I can tell you right now that it's got little hands. And the hands are, like, the only color here. They're brown. Oh, there's a little birdie here as well. I almost missed that beautiful little birdie. Something isn't right. Something... It's not right here. It feels like a late summer afternoon. The air is warm and wet, and the scent of flowers drifts on the breeze. Hi! that got me. Hi, Stella, what's up? Gretchen. Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. Bark, bark. Woof, bark. Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Huh? Well, that's what I said. Huh? Ooh, you're bending. Did you say... Eddie? No one's called me that in a long time. It's Edwardine now. I'm not a child anymore. This music is great. Eddie is the same name I heard over the phone. I wish I could say the same. You should have stayed gone, and you absolutely shouldn't have shown up here of all places. If you're caught, I don't think you understand what Father might do. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play along. Let's see here. This is a mistake then. I shouldn't have come here. Arf. Arf, arf. I can't. It's not that easy for me. My brothers are sent to Normandy, and now I'm the only Scarlet left besides Father. I have responsibilities, Charlie. Yeah, so if Eddie is definitely a Scarlet, so yeah, Tabitha probably knows who Eddie is. Or Edwardine, sorry. Edwardine, who is the only Scarlet left in the town, talking to Charlie. Huh? Who are you? What are you doing on my property? So, Eddie didn't really know Charlie. But like, you should have stayed gone. I mean, Charlie could be in a similar situation to the way that we were. Mods kill that man. In the similar situation to, like, the way that, we weren't really raised alongside the Scarlet family. We were raised outside of it. I feel like Charlie could maybe be like that, I don't know. And then, like, I'm assuming Charlie's being like, Edwardine, you gotta leave, you can't stay here. It was like, I can't, it's not that easy for me. Alright. Oh god, Well, playing along didn't really work. Because I said I shouldn't have come here, and then you were like, I can't. So, whatever I'm saying, you can't understand me. Gretchen, can you still talk to me? Silence from the dog. You should just get out of town while you still can. Whatever you came back for, it's not worth it. Let her go, please. She's gone, along with the shadow in the corner of the room. You're alone again in this strange garden. I'm following her. Stella? You move to follow the narrow path back through the foliage. Okay. As you step forward, a single door, standing solitary in the middle of the garden, appears before you. Okay, that's another stone there. I was like, is that like goop under the floor? I think that's another stone. I can't knock? My instinct is to knock! Let's walk around it. The door shouldn't lead anywhere. It's just a door. And the only thing behind it is more of the garden. You decide to walk past it. Wherever Stella went, it isn't through there. I'm like, I'm not entering deeper into this Inception dream or whatever the fuck I'm in. When you step forward, though, it's as if the room lurches away from you. Or perhaps it's as if you yourself are standing still. I'm going in then, if I can't. You walk up to the door and open it. Dong. Okay, let's take a look-see here. I mean, we have our friend again. I was gonna speculate that we are in the shoes of our ancestor here. The guy who got driven out of town. But that's that guy back there, actually. So, I mean, we could still be a relative. Got quite a few little ditchlings around here. Got a marionette here. Got a pick covered in blood. As well as this painting of a lamb with a bunch of stabs. I believe have we seen this in the house? I don't remember. This seems familiar to me. And of course, I already pointed this guy out, but I like this guy. I don't know why, I really do. Bells ring as a cacophony rages outside. The door in front of you pulsates as figures unseen bang against it. The shaded figure from the garden sits in the corner, ever so slightly more defined. Junior! Junior, pack your things! Quickly, hurry! Junior? Maybe we should run him out on a rail too. Make an example of the whole family. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm still Charlie or not, but I feel like I'm getting memories from my ancestors here, or at least other people in my family, in the Scarlet family here. Junior. I'll just listen. Remain silent and listen. Please, he's only a child. We'll leave peacefully. Just give us a little time. They were only children too. My boy was in there. Why should I give Junior here all the time in the world to gather his little toys and fancy clothes? My boy didn't have that kind of luxury. Huh. Yeah, this is... Yeah, so that's why we're so low down, is because we are a child. At this point. I still don't know if we're Charlie or not, or if we're somebody else. But we're a kid here. I don't know if we're this guy's immediate kid or grandkid. But oh boy. Yeah. You're talking about the collapse, aren't you? The one from 100 years ago. Don't listen to him, Charlie. Don't listen to him, Charlie. Just keep packing. Okay, we are still Charlie. Looks like the others are on their way. Better hurry, boy, or you and your little dolls here might get burnt up. And as for you, lady, What makes you think you're gonna be keeping any of those valuables you're packing in that fine suitcase of yours? Oh god. Oh boy. Let's just keep listening. You maintain your focus back to the scene in front of you. Trust me, boy. The coppers ain't coming here tonight. What makes you think you can talk to an adult like that? Maybe they should have had you working in the mines too, instead of lazing around in this big house. Apparently I said like, the cops are gonna get you. You'll get arrested. Maybe you would have learned a thing or two about respecting your elders. Don't talk to my son like that. Don't talk to me like that, woman. I call the shots. Now get out, unless you want to go up in flames with all your precious jewels and expensive dresses. You're lucky I'm even letting you leave. Address the shadow. Am I supposed to be you? Okay. I'm like, are you Charlie? It's okay, Charlie. You can make new ones. Even better than these. It's good for him. Shouldn't be playing with dolls anyway. Now you're gonna have to earn your keep just like the rest of us, boy. No more big inheritance for you. Bye, guys. Alexis and Rosalina are whisked away, leaving you behind in an empty room. As they depart, the front door stops pounding and opens into a beckoning white void. Before you have the chance to think, another door creaks open on what you thought was the ceiling. Hey, Wayne. I was wondering about you, bud. I was just thinking about Wayne. I was gonna ask if Charlie and Wayne were friends. There you are. This is quite the maze, isn't it? And absolutely crawling with these miserable little parasites. Damn! Beating that guy up. Is his eyeball gonna pop out? Oh, that's more than the eyeball. Bottom feeders. Let's talk. Hey man, what's up? You're no longer threatened by me? Good. Maybe now we can be friends. Well, I mean, the way that I react when I'm scared is to immediately try to befriend the thing that I'm scared of. But, you know, aside from that, like, I am more chill with you. I now look at you and I'm like, my friend Wayne! Instead of, oh god, Wayne. But, you know, you're cool. I like your vibes, bud. As he approaches, a smell hits you. Sweating, suffocated flesh, with a tinge of the saccharine and stomach-churning scent of decay. Shall we find the end of this little maze? Okay! Walk forward into the void. Oh, can we not walk into it together? We can hold hands and jump into the abyss! Whee! Let's just walk. There's no need for you to run away from Wayne. You step past him and walk into the void. Aw, this is cute. Hi again, little guy. Couple buggies. Little flies. Let's see here. I like, this Ditchland is so peaceful. I want to pet this one. This guy's like a fancy cat, honestly. What is this? Oh, that's another ram. I couldn't see this bit here. I just saw the horde and I was like, is this just a big worm? Hi there. I'm gonna keep calling you Charlie until I know who you are. You're close enough to Charlie, yeah? People keep calling me Charlie, so maybe that's just something that you call people in Scarlet Hollow. You're outside, and it's night. A false moon looming in the painted sky. Wayne is gone. The night feels thick and warm. The insects lively, their calls unnaturally tinny. Everything feels warped and wrong, like you're listening to a record fished from the bottom of a pond. Unless your eyes are playing tricks on you, the shadow in the corner keeps getting closer. Ah, Kanika! You poor dear. I've been keeping track of you, scuttling around town like a tomcat. You've fallen hard for Miss Edwardine, haven't you? I was thinking, I was trying to figure out what the gender situation on Edwardine was. I'm gonna be so real. But thank you for figuring that out for me. Alright. Oh, is this... Okay, wait. So Charlie was a Scarlet, and I think Edwardine was also a Scarlet. Wasn't she? I mean, I'm not surprised by incest in a horror game, you know? I'm just wondering if that's what is happening here, or if I'm incorrect. And also, this person could be mistaking the, Charlie being obsessed with Eddie. You know, if Charlie is like, oh, you know, I want to figure out, like, is this my sibling, cousin, whatever, I can figure it out. But, you know, I don't know if that's... And, like, from an outside observer, that could look romantic. Or it could be genuinely romantic, whether Charlie remembers that they're a Scarlet or not. Have we gotten pronouns for Charlie? People have been saying boy. People have been saying boy to Charlie. Now, granted, that was when Charlie was a kid. I don't know if something changed there, but who knows. Okay. Dang, how'd you know I have the hots for Edwardine? Let's see here. I mean, genuinely, if you are trying to scare me, it's not working. There's no need to be embarrassed. Your secret is safe with me. You know, I never did approve what the Scarlets did to your family. And what it did to the two of you young'uns. Childhood sweethearts. Just think how lovely it would be if you could just be happy together. That's what you want, isn't it? Unless Charlie's not a Scarlet, and Charlie is like... If Charlie's mother was like a maid or something else where like they would be living in the estate. Something that would mean that they would have to leave when they're burning the house down, you know? Never did approve of what the Scarlets did to your family. Let's see here. So, Edwardine and Charlie. I'm sure by now you've realized the young lady doesn't plan on leaving with you. But it's not for lack of desire, as you well know. It's Enoch. Even if you dragged her over the town limits, his hold over her would make sure neither of you were ever happy again. Just think of what happened to your poor mother and father. Do you want that to be the two of you? Yeah, Enoch was the name of one of my ancestors. Your parents were driven out of town after the collapse. That's what happened in the last room, isn't it? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Okay. Yeah, your parents were driven out of town after the collapse. That's what happened in the last room, didn't it? Powers at work here are stronger than even your love could withstand. You need to break the bonds holding her here. Then you can both go free. No more misfortune. Not for you. Not for anyone else bold enough to step foot outside the hollow. Kanika Mime's handing you something, though her hand is empty. Everything you need to know is on that map. Okay. It's a town cursed. An item for a quest! Breaking a bond, so crying a map sounds like a quest. Okay, yeah. An item to quest for when I get out of here. That's where you'll find them. You need her there. And be careful. Good luck to the both of you. I hope you get your happiness. And then she's gone. Hey, Wayne! Nice. Nice entrance. It's trying to get rid of me. It'll have to try harder. Hi, Wayne. Let's see here. What's doing this? A resonant? A ghost? Whatever you call it. The leftovers of a human existence, festering and forgotten. Feeding on the energy of more powerful beings to do this. Pathetic. Am I dead? Of course not. I would never let something so weak harm you, let alone kill you. Are you flirting with me? Look, Wayne, I was thinking this last time we talked, not last time this stream, but last time we, talked when I was at the mine. Are you flirting with me? This feels like flirting. Just be honest with me, Wayne. So, you and Tabitha, huh? That was the thing? This body knew her well. Fair enough. Whatever you are, I don't know if you still go by Wayne then. If you're somebody else. Why are you following me? Clearly you need protecting. I'm just looking out for you. Fair enough. What the hell is going on in this town? I'm sure you'll be able to piece it together soon enough. I'd rather you find out on your own first. That's the only way you can really know who to trust. Then I can finally tell you more. There is so much to discuss when that time comes. What are you? I'm a friend. Do you know the way out? I will soon. But in the meantime, you have nothing to fear. I'm watching over you. I'd really rather you didn't. Thanks, I appreciate that. Not worried. Thanks. I appreciate that. Good. I'm glad you've decided to put your fear aside. Wayne, can we just, hang out? Literally, Wayne, if you come up to me, I will vouch you for the rest of the group. Literally, we just show up, we're like, hey, guys, Kanika, Stella, Avery, Oscar, Zane, Rosalina, Alexis? Was that her name? Hey, guys. Good to see y'all again. So this is my friend Wayne. We're all gonna be normal about him, right? Maybe he can take a shower later. It's okay, alright? Let's go forward. Or maybe we can just put one of those, little car air fresheners around his neck and that'll be fine. You continue forward through the uncanny underbrush. Ooh, this is a fun room. Okay. All of these rooms have had a goat or ram of some sort, haven't they? I didn't notice it in the, I don't recall noticing it, at least, in the room where, the people were bringing down the door. But they've been in every other one. This person has eyes on occasion, but is always frowning. Lots of bottles. I think that's Oscar down there. Couple more ditchlings. This one looks like a frog. This guy up here as well. And of course, our good friend Charlie. Once again, you find yourself separated and alone. A long wooden corridor stands before you, littered with bottles and rails. Oh, hi Zane. I figured it wouldn't be Oscar talking to me, but you know. A figure rises to attention, blocking your way. I'm afraid he doesn't have long. If there's anything you need to say to him, I'd say it now. Okay, goodbye. I love your beautiful face. Oh, your hands are so far. You can give such good hugs. Such big, all-encompassing hugs. And then, beautiful little guys. What are these noises you're making, pal? More of these rails and stuff? I think that's what the guy was carried out on, right? When he was driven out of town. As Zane is swept away, the room pulls itself to you, and you find yourself looming over a deathbed. Oscar lies in its center, looking pitifully small. I'm sorry, boy. Sorry I let my troubles drive your mama away. Sorry these troubles mean I'm leaving you all alone now. So you're my dad. Okay. So you must be Charles Shaw. Damn it, Junior. How many times do I have to tell you? I tried to stop it from happening. That damned snake Enoch went behind my back. Okay. So you're saying Enoch was the one responsible for the collapse? You're right. I've been using that as an excuse for too many years. At a certain point, a man has to accept when he's dug his own grave. They may have run me out, but they didn't put the bottle in my hand. Still. They destroyed our legacy, boy. Both our names are cursed with that history. I'll be dead and gone soon, but I won't be able to rest. Not until our name is cleared. Not until you can pass on this name with pride. This is my only request, Charlie. Go back there. Tell people the truth. Try to find proof. I don't know what you'll have to do, but please. I know I ain't been the best father, but I'm no murderer. Guessing this request didn't really pan out. If the Scarlets were exposed for the collapse, Tabitha and I probably wouldn't be around. Is that why you were getting close with Edwardine in the garden? Well, yeah, I'll just go with this. Damn it, boy. I may not have until the morning. Promise me. Promise you'll go back. And at the very least, show that Enoch bastard what for. I'll be quiet. Oh! Gorpin! Bye-bye! You watch as Oscar's body seizes and falls through the sheets, taking the rattling pile of bottles with him. Such theatrics. Wayne? Oh, there you are! Hey, bud! What a waste of time. Why force you to see any of this? People always think their own experiences are so important. But what does any of it matter? Let's talk, bud. Yeah, true! So, you still seeing Tabitha, or are you single? Achievement for it! I'm, like... So, what up? I know I'm flirting with Avery, and I know I said I wouldn't abandon Avery for, what's his name? Reese? But I mean, fuck, dude, what's up? Wayne stares at you, his reflective pupils shining through the veil. What an interesting question. You keep disappearing. It's doing its best to keep us apart. But I have a feeling it'll be over soon. And the exit won't be hard to find. Your eyes got more intense for that. Do you know what it's trying to tell me? Yeah, when you talk, your eyes will glow more. Yes. And it's trivial. Don't worry yourself with it. Are my friends dead? They're alive. I'm not sure if they'll stay that way. I guess I'll see you when I see ya. It shouldn't be hard to find you again. You move back to the bed to quietly leave through the hole Oscar left behind and crawl through. Hey there, Charles. Charles Entertainment Cheese. Let's see here. I mean, obviously Ditchlands. And then, oh, this guy's riding a horse. That's a fancy one. Alright, let's see here. Who have I seen? Who have I not seen? I think, is it just Avery who I haven't seen? But Avery was optional. Avery only came because I asked them to. I wonder if I could have gotten more people. I wonder if I invited Tabitha or something? Who knows? That's things for me to wonder about, though, during the ad break. Chat. There are about to be 3 minutes of ads. We do 3 minutes of ads once every hour here. In case anybody needs to go to the bathroom, or grab a snack, or get something to drink, now is a great time to do that, to take care of yourself. Please do. We do them once every hour, so if you've been here with me the whole time, that means you've been here with me an hour. That's a reminder of the passage of time. If you need to stretch, there's a reminder to do that. If you need to fix your posture, take your meds, save your files, unclench your jaw, do anything like that, charge your phone, I don't know. Please take care of yourself, chat. You have 3 minutes where I won't be making any progress in the game. You don't gotta worry about missing out on anything. I'm just gonna be sitting here. I guess trying to remember names. So, Charlie Jr. and Sr. And then there was also Enoch. Was Enoch their dad? I forget. I remember the guy named Enoch because that's like a, you know, it's a very distinctive name. Oh boy. What an interesting, and also Edwardine. Who knows? Who knows? I'm delighted. I'm delighted by this. I love trying to figure it all together. It's great. They also did such a good job with the writing of these situations where, like, the way that the characters react, you know what Charlie was saying. Maybe not like how it's phrased, but you know the message put behind. You know? Like, excuse me, hi Wayne. I'm really endeared to Wayne. You know, just like, damn it boy, I may not have till morning. Like, obviously said something like, oh, I could do that in the morning, you know? Like, what about in the morning we do this? Yada yada, etc. It's like, how many times do I have to tell you? I tried to stop it from happening, but Enoch went behind my back. Like, okay. Said something about you being responsible, and you were like, no, Enoch did it. I don't know if you're lying. You could be lying. You could be a lying liar. If there's anything I've learned, it's that you should trust everything everyone says all the time. Constantly. Nobody ever lies. Nobody ever lies. No more lies. Oh, I'm enjoying this sequence so much. I was already excited for, like, ghost hunting. This is more than I could have dreamed and hoped for. This game is so fucking good, chat. Oh, it's so good. I keep thinking, I think I'm on episode 3. I think that's where I am. Now I'm just like, man, there's only 4 episodes out right now. I'm going to have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait. Ah! I'll die. I'm gonna die. Damn, because I'm so into this, dude. I fucking love it. Oh. Look at this beautiful face. I do love that guy's beautiful face. I love the design of all of this stuff. It's so good. It's delightful. It fills me with delight. Why am I getting notifications? Be gone, notifications. I'll bite you. Oh, you can see again? Ah. I had blinded you with my power. My power of blind. It's a very descriptive name, I know. They ran out of cool names at the Power Factory, so I just got the one called Blind. But you know, could be worse. Stupid interwebs. Did I like blip or something? Well, I'm good on my end. I did see like my stream manager was like weird for a second, but then like I checked, and by the time I had checked, it was like, you're good. So I was like, I guess that's nothing. I guess that was just my manager, so I didn't acknowledge it. Alright. But welcome back then, if you had that happen, and also welcome back from the ads. Let's get gaming, shall we? You find yourself pressed uncomfortably against a trellis. A small castle sits off to one side of the wall. The bars of a prison loom over both all of it, and all of you. Hey there, Avery. Climbing up the trellis again? How very Romeo and Juliet of you. No need to run off. I won't tell the old man. Though you've gotten sloppy, you should try to be more careful if you don't want him putting you in an early grave. Oh boy. Okay, who are you supposed to be? No, not one of her brothers. I'm a prisoner. Another victim of the Scarlet's lies. Like you, Charles Shaw. Holy shit, has my family been keeping people locked up? Is this what's in the Forbidden Wing? Charles is my father's name. I'm Charlie. Wayne, where are you? Mere generation makes no difference. His blood runs in your veins, does it not? And now, it runs in hers. Yes, it seems your little tryst bore fruit. Oh, will you ever be in trouble when the old man finds out? Leia? Wait, I'm going to be a daddy? Fruit, as in, you know you don't have to keep dangling there. Come inside. You'll be able to hear me through the door just fine. Okay. Hi, buddy. Let me take a look at this zone. So cool. I'm just like, whenever we get to a new place now, I'm like, okay, where will Wayne show up from? My guest is over here. Alright. The world around you swirls, and you find yourself pulled to the other side of the wall. A door bound by countless locks and chains pulsates before you. Countless? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pretty countable to me. What is this place? Is there really something like this in the estate? Does Tabitha know about it? It's not what I invited you in for. I couldn't escape even with your help. I merely wanted to offer a warning. Leave town, now. I'll just be quiet. You can't take her with you. It's not possible. You can always stay and die, but if I were you, I would use my healthy legs and run as far away from Scarlet Hollow as possible. I hear the beaches are nice. Why don't you take a permanent vacation there? I'm guessing maybe like the Scarlets can't leave? But then our mother left. I'm guessing Charlie doesn't do that. You've been talking to the witch then. How very interesting. The fucking witch? Oh! Hey there, Stella. Never mind, I got whoever was coming from there wrong. Charlie, get away from the door. Don't listen to it. Oh boy. Are witches real? How does it know that? It. I'm guessing Charlie said something like, "You're pregnant?" How does it know that? Oh, hey Wayne! I love Wayne leaning up against the wall with his arms crossed. Wayne's styling on it. Wayne! I really like Wayne. Can I give you my number, dude? I'm hot. Keep that in mind. And I can talk to animals if that's something for you. Do you like that? Interesting interpretation. Let's see here. That little broom, what was that? Or who is that supposed to be? Who is that supposed to be? A prisoner. Just like it said it was. I get the feeling we're nearly at the end of this little maze. Stay close. Okay? Wayne disappears into the dark corridor. You follow close behind. Oh! Hi, buddies! My pals, my friends. Got a little puppet show here. There has been a lot of puppet imagery. I remember the marionette earlier. I mean, makes sense if you're puppeting all these people around. But our little pals here, guys, both dangling your heads which way? Every which way here. Big, people shoe here. Little baby. Hi. And of course the ditchlings. I'm not ignoring you. Charlie. Okay, and then our buddy Wayne. For the first time, you and Wayne enter a new room, unseparated. The two of you finding yourselves huddled over a large table. Stella stares through you, as indecipherable murmurs and shuffling feet echo from the ends of the table. Or maybe, yap, yap, yap. They're so lovely. Are you sure I can keep one? You must have worked very hard on them. Is she doing a baby voice? Apparently they're doing voices, alright. I guess we're kids now. Just let the scene play out. There's no use in trying to communicate with the resident or your little friends. I've gotten that impression, Wayne, but I appreciate the confirmation. Ooh, good face. I'll try to keep it away from my brother so he doesn't smash it. Though, I wish I could make it move like you can. And you can even do the voices. You know, you could probably make real money if you put on a show for people. If we're nearing the end of things, do we have a plan yet? Please, don't engage with it while I try to find another door. A traveling show? And you'd want me there too? Oh, we could go to towns along the beach. Oh, could we go to towns along the beach? I heard the Outer Banks are the most beautiful place in the world. And again with the beach, we're gonna be quiet. I'll just think that. Thank you, Charlie. I've always wanted to see the ocean. Everything crashes to a thunderous black before you or Wayne can get in another word. Oh, a big performance. Button on the Ritz. There's Avery, Stella, and Gretchen. Oh, they're all bowing! I started clapping and so did he! He had more detail on him, too. Good performance, Charlie. A single spotlight remains, illuminating a trapdoor in the center of the stage. You feel drawn to it. It opens. You feel a shove from behind and tumble through the hatch. Another one of those. It took some digging, but it's there. The map was right. I'm assuming this is Ed. Yep, Edwardine. That means there's hope, Charlie. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. Whoops, wrong button. It was H that yeah, that's a baseball bat. We can be happy to get... Eddie? That's why his head was shaped like that. Alright. Wayne is gone once again. There's nothing here but you and the howling void. Ooh, I'm on trial? Hi, guys! So I plead... Guilty to some, but not guilty to all of the charges? How do we feel about that? How about guilty for a different crime? One that I wasn't even being charged for. How do we feel about that? I'm also glad that we get to see Charlie's face again. Just because I didn't get to see it for too long last time. God, that's really good. You're looking over here, bud. Your eyeball's pointing this way. And there's all my pals. Do you repent? Do you repent for your crimes? She's not here, but my cousin Tabitha's the one you want. That's so mean. I'm just gonna let it continue. Did the second redeem not work? God damn it. Let me push the button. Let me put the manual button. Did that go twice? Why did that twice? There we go. Good job, Zesty. I don't know why it didn't work. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that the stream blipped earlier. I don't know. I'm just gonna be quiet. You let the spirit continue. You must answer for the crimes committed by your scarlet blood. Until you do, I cannot die. I want to die. Please. I've been alone in the dark for so long. All I can ask is for some of your years. No thank you. To pay for the years that were taken from me. My life was stolen from me. I want some of yours. It's only fair. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. Forfeit your years and I'll finally leave. I don't understand. You'll live a shorter life, and I will finally be satisfied. I will have justice. I will finally die. I will leave this house at last. And how much shorter would my life be? It isn't for you to know. That was the wrong voice. That isn't for you to know. It says it wasn't for me to know. One day, sooner than you'd like, you will die. And what happens if I refuse? Then, I will stay. I will stay until I get what I'm owed. The smell hits you. That now familiar wet, unwell odor. Wayne! Hey buddy, good to see you again. What an annoying pest you are. But you couldn't keep me out for long. Seems we've exhausted its power. Holding all these bodies hostage must have been quite taxing. Yeah, that's just the dirt there. Come along, Mack. It's desperate, but it has no power over you. There's no need to bow to the will of such a frayed and broken consciousness. Leave it to fester. What about my friends? What happens to them if I just leave? They've already left. They're not a factor in this. Where will Oscar and Rosalina live if the ghost stays? Don't give years of your life for something so insignificant. I can't just leave the ghost here. You can. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave. I don't... I want to help, but I can't justify the cost. Sounds great. It isn't worth it. How do I get out? Screw the sins of the father crap. That's true. It's like, hey, I didn't do any of that shit. I didn't do any of that shit. I'm just hanging out with my best friend, Wayne. Yeah, screw the sins of the father crap. I don't know this ghost a thing. Let's get out of here. You don't need my help. Close your eyes. Feel for the stairs. Okay. With my eyes closed, how am I supposed to read the text? Wayne didn't think this through. You close your eyes. You fumble in the darkness, reaching out your hands and grasping the air until your palm finds wood. It's the staircase. You can feel it under your hands. You begin your ascent. Good. You made it out of the pit. His overpowering smell returns as you place a confident foot on the wooden floor of what you assume must be Rosalina's room. You open your eyes as you try to hold your breath. Wayne? My friend Wayne? You feel a firm, strong hand on your back. You're close to safety. We're just seeing multiple things here. What is this? What's this thing? Gosh. This is so cool. Oh, we can see what these posters were now. Okay. It's for Skullface. Your emote won't work? Damn. These beautiful teen interest is what that poster is. Delightful. Don't fall for it. Keep feeling your way forward. You continue. You feel the door frame under your palm, and then the sturdy halls of the hallway with the sturdy walls of the hallway beyond. Is that a stage? Could be. There was a stage earlier. It was very stagey. Very puppet marionette show. Wayne's palm continues to gently urge you forward. Thank you, Wayne. You stumble into the corridor between the annex and the library. The real world is swimming back into focus. Good. The main doors are just ahead. You feel a shove as Wayne pushes you forward. Wayne? Are you not coming with me? Wayne? Wayne? You fall towards the entrance. Your legs still unsure of the ground beneath you, and the doors fly open. Ooh. 2 achievements. Resolve the haunting without using a special trait. Exit. I meant to say excellent. And I said exit. Wayne, you're with me actually! Sorry, Wayne, I did not register you there at all. Wayne, my buddy, my best friend, my pal, my potential lover? I don't know, we'll see how Avery feels about it. You're outside. It's real this time. A cool autumn breeze blows small piles of dried leaves across the steps of the library. Gretchen! Look at that beautiful, beautiful girl. You made the right choice. It would have been so easy to fall for its tricks. I'm proud that you didn't. Be seeing you. Bye, buddy! I miss you already! He leaves before you can say anything in response. Thank God you made it out, Mack. I went to get Mom when I realized you hadn't left the library with the rest of us. I figured if anyone knew what to do, it'd be her. I see someone beat me to the punch. It sounds like you've had quite the evening. My bones weren't meant to bend like that. Okay, you guys are aware of what happened then. I'm gonna be hurting for a few days at least. Rosalina's pain meds are in there. I hope Dr. Kelly is still awake. We'll need replacements right away, especially after everything that just happened. We'll have to figure out where we're going to stay. Oh god, this was such a disaster. You and Rosalina could always stay with us, Mr. Gutierrez? That's a very kind offer, Alexis, but I'm afraid the stairs would be a bit too much for Rosalina. And I wouldn't want to impose on your parents like that. It's a lot to ask. I can figure this out. And Zane is also here! Oh boy. Okay. Let's see here. I hope you're not mad at me for getting out of there. Of course not. It's just a house, and we don't even own it. I'm not gonna let you sacrifice years of your life for a rental. Even if we owned the place, that ghost was asking for quite the down payment. Good. I'm really sorry we couldn't get rid of your ghost, Oscar. Don't apologize. I wouldn't want you to lose something that important for a rental unit owned by the state. You know, I was gonna say, like, does this mean that you guys know that Wayne is chill now? But actually, all of them left. They would always disappear before Wayne showed up, so maybe not. Honestly, if it makes you feel better, I don't think I could have lived with the guilt if you'd made that choice. Are you sure you can't take up Alexis's offer? Oscar sighs. You're right. I'm gonna peace out. Back-to-back encounters with my own mortality? I've got a lot to ponder. I love Zane. See ya, Rosalina! See ya, Alexis! Zane walks off down the road. I think that ghosts are actually real. Stella's gotta be over the moon right now. Actually, wait. Where is Stella? Is she not? Oh, she's just standing there. By herself. That isn't like her. Hey, Stella, are you okay? What? Oh. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll see you guys later. She hurries off down the road. I think she took the brunt of things in there. No wonder she's having a hard time right now. Should we go after her? I think she just needs some time to herself. Stella's never been the kind to share her burdens, and I doubt that'll change just because somebody goes chasing after her. If anything, it'd just make her clam up even more. She's a strong girl. She'll be okay. I'm honestly surprised that she and Zane are the only ones heading out right now. You've all been through something awful, and each and every one of you needs rest. Especially you, Kanika. We don't want that cold of yours getting any worse. God, what a disaster this whole night has been. I had no idea it would turn out like this. I'm so sorry, everyone. Stop apologizing, Dad. We're the ones who don't have a house anymore. We don't even have the library. There's another carving in there. They keep giving me visions. I wonder if those things are tied to everything supernatural that's been happening. Yeah, I wonder. One is a coincidence, but two of them on back-to-back nights. And if you and Stella are right, and there's another one in the clinic. I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. You've been finding carvings around the town and they've been giving you visions? I remember you mentioning that this morning. There's more than one of those things? I'm sure everyone here could stand around theorizing about this and that all night long. There'll be plenty of time for that tomorrow. Mac, I'd love to discuss those visions over tea. I spent a lot of time with Wayne in there. Yeah, I noticed. We could smell him as soon as we snapped out of it. What happened? Did he hurt you? I like this. He crushed a ditchling under his foot. It was actually kind of hot. Oh my god, gross. Ew! I get it. Some people are into the thrill of danger. Are you cool with that, Avery? We don't need to trouble Mac for the details. No one pay any mind to that man. He's just a drifter. He'll be gone soon enough. In the meantime, steer clear and he won't make trouble. Were you all conscious that whole time? Everyone glances at each other. Yeah. Oh, shit! 19.
3C.
Holy shit. Thank you, Haldo, for subscribing. Again. 19 months is crazy. Holy shit, dude. That's so much. Thank you, Haldo, for sticking around for so long. I really appreciate that. Fucking cool and epic of you. Oh boy. 19. Avery is talking. I was like, who's talking? Who's? Where? It was awful. Kind of fun too, but mostly awful. I'm pretty sure we remember everything. At least up until that guy showed up and snapped us out of it. Wayne. He's been following Mac around. What did he say to you? Like I said, let's not trouble Mac about him. Stay away, all of you. But he's hot. Do any of you know who you were supposed to be? No idea. The words just came out. There was no context, nothing. But there was a weird feeling, like an overwhelming guilt. I was so angry. I was mostly just scared. I didn't feel any of those things. I felt... I don't know how to describe it. I felt powerful. I was just cold. Which makes sense for all of them. Oscar was Charles Shaw, who was, like, feeling guilty before on his deathbed, like, consumed by alcohol and shit, being bad time. Alexis was one of the guys yelling at us, being like, we're gonna kill y'all! Rosalina was trying to protect her baby. Avery was a prisoner. Kanika? I don't know if we know who Kanika was exactly, but she did have, like, an air of authority. I don't know if she was Enoch? Or somebody- no, she was somebody else. Like, in the town? like a authority figure for sure. That is the vibe I got. You hate mean drunks, give alcohol a bad name. Oh boy. Let's see here. This feels weird to ask. Like, hey, you guys were all like possessed. What did that feel like? They all glance away. It hurt. Why didn't I make the kids stay behind? I can't believe I let that happen to them. Dad, this might be the overwhelming pain of exhaustion talking, but... Shut up. I love you. None of this is your fault, okay? I had no idea what I was gonna say until the words were already spilling out. It was like I had no control over myself. I remember each and everything I said. It's like it was burned into my memory. You poor souls. I can't begin to imagine what you've all been through. What do we do about the library? You can always board it up until the ghost goes away, right? Mines were boarded up, and that just made us want to go in down there even more. We can't just tell them it's mega haunted. Even if folks believe us, that'll just make them want to investigate for themselves. Maybe we just say there's a gas leak. Sybil, is there a chance this goes away on its own? I'm not really an authority on these things, but it doesn't seem interested in fading away. Okay. That's settled then. We board it up. We say there was a gas leak. We just hope no one gets curious, I guess. It's the best we can do for now. I'm really sorry, Oscar. I'm really sorry, Rosalina. It's okay. Worse things have happened to people, and the price was just too high. We'll find a way to pick things up. I know you did everything you could for us, Mack. It was probably smart not to trust that ghost anyways. You won't have to do it alone, Oscar. You can keep you can help yourself to whatever you need from the store. Yeah, I'm sure Aunt Winnie and I can help too. This is a good town full of good people, Mack. We won't let this ruin Oscar. We should probably get going. It's starting to get chilly out, and I don't want to keep Alexis's parents up too late. I'll be over later tonight with some bedding and hot tea. And I'll have Miles bring you groceries in the morning. Don't be a stranger. And let us know if you need anything, okay? Thank you. That really means a lot. Oh boy. I believe it's time for me to get my daughter home as well. But, Anika dear, you haven't been feeling well. You need to get some rest. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, Mack. Alright. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Cool. Kanika wearily treks back to the general store. I'll be back in a moment to walk you home, dear. I just need to put the tea on and give your cousin a quick call. Sybil leaves you and catches up to her daughter. My whole body hurts, Mom. What was that? And I want a better answer than a ghost. We'll be alright. Let me get you some of that specialty. It's been working well, don't you think? I think ibuprofen would be better, but I gotta admit the tea has been nice. Why does that make me 7 stream streak nice? Boy oh boy. I don't know why, but I really... Something about that interaction leaves me not trusting Sybil. You know? I trusted her immediately the first time. This one I don't as much. Maybe it's because she's more dismissive of Wayne and I'm more leaning towards Wayne now. Maybe it's because she keeps talking about tea and I'm like, but what if the tea is poisoned? Or some shit like that, you know? Who knows? Hey, Avery. I'll put the kettle on as soon as we get home. I guess it's just the two of us now. Next time we hang out, let's just do dinner and a movie. Like, hey, so are you cool with polyamory? Polyamory meaning me dating you and also a weird shambling corpse that's stalking me? Are you cool with that, or what? So you have no idea who you are? I could roughly place most of the others. None whatsoever. But I remember everything I said. And I remember that cold feeling. A prisoner of the Scarlets. I wonder what your family was up to back then. I guess we can add it to the ever-growing pile of mysteries. What do you remember? As far as I know, all of it. I might start forgetting soon, but for now it's all fresh. The twisting wasn't the most pleasant. But even though I feel like I got tossed in a blender, it honestly made me feel so alive. So you don't regret coming along tonight? Look, that was a horrible experience that'll stick with me for the rest of my days. And we failed to get rid of the ghost. But failure has a way of bringing people together. And hey, I got genuinely possessed back there. How many people can say they were possessed by a ghost? Well, I think everybody can say that as long as they're capable of speech, but, you know, not everybody can say it and have it be true. Next time we hang out, let's just do dinner and a movie, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if Wayne likes me. Avery chuckles, then grabs at their ribs, wincing. Gotta admit, this probably brought us closer than any dinner and movie ever could. Nothing like shared traumatic experiences, right? But I guess we shouldn't aim to have any more of them. I'll make you some pesto and fettuccine. Seems like a much less dangerous way to spend an evening. I'll do the cooking. You won't even have to interact with knives. Zero danger date. I wouldn't say no to that. Anyway, I better head home and get some rest. I knocked my headphones off. I went to push a bit of hair back behind. It's like, oh, my hair is getting in front of my face. Let me push it a little bit back, and I knocked my entire headphones off. We're all good now, though. I'm supposed to have a shift tomorrow morning. Might have to call in sick, but here's hoping to have a good night's sleep enough. Here's hoping that a good night's sleep is enough to heal up. Avery heads off, leaving the square, in front of the library, empty. Sybil returns not long after Avery leaves. It's time to go back to the estate. Your cousin wasn't exactly thrilled to hear about what happened tonight, but I think I blunted her anger as much as I could. Shall we? Let's go back to the estate. Lots of ditchlings around here. Hi. Hi, buddies. Hi, 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 hi. You once again find yourself on the long trek back up to the estate. The night feels cold. A crunch of leaves beneath your feet deafening in the quiet wilderness. Tabitha isn't thrilled about anything, true? Is it weird for her if we start dating Wayne? I don't know why I'm so obsessed with dating Wayne now. I think I was like, man, this guy's sort of hot, actually. Just as a passing observation, and then like the option to flirt with him was presented to me, and I was immediately like, oh my god, I need to lean into this so hard. I was like, holy shit, this is actually an option? That's both funny and narratively silly, potentially? I'm like, how is this going narratively? How does this fit the pieces together? But also, I'm not opposed to it. But also, like, what the hell? But also, it's like, uh-oh, that's Tabitha's ex, dude. It's weird. It's weird. But also not... I don't know if Wayne is... I don't know what Wayne is. I asked Wayne what he was, and he was like, I'm just a friend. Maybe more. Who knows? But, you know, he didn't say that last part. That last part's me. But, you know, Wayne could be like... He was like, this body knew Tabitha well, and it's like, so you're not? I don't know. The night feels cold, the crunch of leaves beneath your feet deafening in the quiet wilderness. Let's stop here for a bit. These old bones need a moment to rest. There's ditchlings everywhere. There are. And I'm afraid that they would still be this numerous even if you had managed to exorcise that demon you encountered tonight. Its presence is merely a symptom of the rot in this place, rather than its cause. People are unfortunately just gonna have to get used to the sight of these things in the coming days. Are you a witch? She laughed, surprised by your question. I suppose some people might call me one. But I'm just an old woman who fancies herself a bit of a healer. That was a silly question, sorry. Don't be sorry, dear. I'm sure your mind is absolutely swimming with all sorts of questions right now. It's only natural to be curious. Edwardine killed Charles Jr., but it feels like I'm only scratching the surface of things. What has my family done? Is that what the spirit showed you? Your family built one of the most powerful coal empires in Appalachia. Those sort of things don't come about without betrayal and bloodshed. These are all assumptions, of course. I'm just an old woman who enjoys her tea, and the Scarlet Empire's far older than these rattling bones. If you want the bloody details, I'm afraid you'll have to find them yourself. That's enough rest from me. Let's carry on for a bit. Alright. You and Sybil walk deeper into the woods. You're getting closer to the estate. This guy's got a beautiful face! One last rest and we'll get you home. Okay. Sybil, what is Wayne? It's like I said. He's just a man. Yeah, got it, but is he single? Sybil is taken aback. Confusion and concern creeping into her expression. Be careful with that one, Mack. Don't do anything you might regret. I make my own mistakes, thank you very much. When... I don't know. There was a stone carving of a goat's head and a pack of wolves in that basement. I don't know how much I want to talk to you about, Wayne. Oh, there was a stone carving of a goat's head and a pack of wolves in that basement. There was something similar in the mines last night, too. A circle of arms and chains. Both of them gave me visions. Was there now? That's quite an interesting development. Perhaps we can discuss these visions over tea. My grandmother had a special blend that supposedly helped with dreams and visions. I'll be sure to have some ready by tomorrow. Maybe it'll help us piece things together. Alright. Tea tomorrow sounds nice. Lovely. I'll be looking forward to it. Wayne didn't want me to make a deal with that ghost. Of course he didn't. Some people will never understand the kind of sacrifice that was laid upon the table tonight. If you'd gone through with the deal, it would have just been an affront to everything he is. An affront to everything he is? What do you mean by that? Okay. Huh. I guess because he's always trying to protect me? Is that what he is? Is he some sort of, like, guardian angel? I don't know any other, like, sort of protective things. God, this music is good. Why can't I just go home? Like, to my real home? You poor dear. This is your real home. It's hard to have the sensitivity to feel these things, but on some level, it called you back here. Nobody really leaves the holler. At least not forever. Call it a quirk of the town. Oh my god, you're right, aren't you? Oh my, you look absolutely horrified! I was just pulling your leg, dear. People leave town all the time. You just haven't been blessed with the most frequent public transportation. Thank you for patiently waiting with an old woman, Mack. I feel spry as a spring chicken. You and Sybil trek through the remainder of the woods and find yourselves on the outskirts of the estate. I'm looking forward to continuing our chat tomorrow once you've had some time to rest. Good luck handling Tabitha. I tried to soften her up over the phone, but there's only so much softening you can do with someone that prickly, bless her heart. Oh, shit! Okay, yeah. Get a good night's rest, Mack. You've earned it. Catty. Sybil heads back through the woods, leaving you alone to face Tabitha. Hey, cousin! That's the expression I expected. Hey, cousin! Let's go bowling. You open the door to the estate as quietly as you can, only to find your cousin anxiously pacing in the foyer. She's been waiting for you. So you finally came back. After last night, I thought we were done with all the running around in secrecy. I guess I was too optimistic. Do you know how stuff like this impacts me? Do you even care? Tabitha, I need to talk to you about some stuff. Adding Tabitha to blonde characters that slightly resemble Julia Lepetit. Julia has mentioned this character already as being one of them. I remember, I'm pretty sure when they did that one tier list of characters that look like Julia, I'm pretty sure Tabitha was on there. I need to talk to you about some stuff. Now's really not the time. Oscar's house was haunted by the ghost of Charles Shaw Jr., who was murdered by Edwardine Scarlet. It wanted years of my life in exchange for leaving, but I wasn't about to give it what it wanted. Yeah, let's just say that. Oscar's house was haunted by the ghost of Charles Shaw Jr., who was murdered by Edwardine Scarlet. It wanted years of my life in exchange for leaving, but I wasn't about to give it what it wanted. Was there a gas leak in the library or something? Do you realize how ridiculous you sound right now? Let's see here. There were like 6 other people there and they all got possessed. They can corroborate everything I'm telling you. I spent a lot of time with Wayne tonight. Do you think mentioning that awful man is supposed to garner sympathy from me or something? I know y'all were a thing, but I'm okay with sloppy seconds if you are. Just like, or like, so you do know him. Let's just go with that. Did I ever say I didn't? He's a creep from a bad time in my life, and I do my best not to think about him, which has become increasingly a difficult task. I'm gonna say it. Oh my god, no, do not. Don't even talk to him, Jesus Christ. He seems like a nice guy. Is that the impression you've gotten? No wonder you wound up getting trapped in the ghost dimension or whatever the hell happened to you tonight. Wayne is not a good guy. He's not the decent man I used to know. Steer clear, conversation over. Fair enough. I'm still going for it, but fair enough. There was another one of those stones at Oscar's house. Gave me another vision. Like last night? That was gas. I'm sure whatever you thought you saw tonight was similar. Maybe you had another seizure. All the more reason you shouldn't run off and not tell me where you are. They've been telling me a lot of stuff about our family. I think we've done some terrible stuff, Tabitha. And all of it is probably your imagination, because they're hallucinations stemming from either gas or, I don't know, your own guilt and exhaustion. City folk love to self-flagellate. What if they're what's making all this supernatural stuff happen? Okay. Let's say for a second that there is something supernatural happening in town, and that these stones are causing it. What are we supposed to do about it? Run around and smash them? Rhetorical question, but also I've got news for you. One of them is buried under 20 tons of rock. Who put them there? You expect me to know? They're probably some kind of ancient artifact, and I'm not an archaeologist. You haven't getting enough sleep? You sound a little delirious. I'll leave it at that. That's pretty much it. Great, then I'm going to bed. You sound crazy right now. Yes, okay, so little baby with wings, and little goat, or ram. So these are like, yeah. Cousin walks off, leaving you alone. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half a week has passed since you first arrived in town, and a little over half a week remains until the bus comes to take you home. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. now commands the entirety of City Hall. A swirling void of wrath and despair that the people of this town will have to learn to ignore. Disaster looms its tallest yet over Scarlet Hollow. Woo! Ooh, the chromatic aberration is going crazy! Hello? Who was that? That looked like a person. Little devil statue over there now, where the goat used to be. Okay, oh, the little swingy feets. I don't recall there being feet on the other side. The other ones were tapping. Hey there, bud! How's it going, Charlie? Playing my little strings. Having a grand old time. Episode 4 awaits! Hell yes. Let's save. Excellent. Keep on going. Would you like to see a recap? I don't need it. You open your eyes. It's a new day, baby! Where's Dustin? Last night seems so far away. You can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but a nightmare, chased away by the harsh morning light. But you know that the furious spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. yet lingers, locked behind the doors of the town hall, still tied to the earth by its hatred of you and your bloodline. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine. Your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Hope you made it home okay? I haven't heard from Stella since last night. How about you? You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Let's text Stella. Send Stella a photo of a nervous puppet. I communicate entirely in photos. You send a photo of a shaking frog binding his nails. Wait a few silent minutes. Your message sits undelivered. Call Stella? Hey, what's up? Just kidding. I'm not able to come to the phone right now. This is actually a recording of my voice. It isn't really me. Technology, huh? Anyways, leave a message. Or don't. I never check this thing. The mailbox is full and can't accept messages at this time. Oh boy. Everyone had a rough night. She's probably still shaken up. Yeah, but I don't love that she's out there somewhere by herself, considering all the shit that's been going down. We should look for her, right? Come to town. We should stick together. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Let's check the closet. Oh, she's moved! She's moved! There's no denying it. They'd all moved at some point since your most recent visit. But your long-dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Take a shower. We're starting the rest of your day. Clean. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. Feels good to wash away the grime of last night's haunting, but eventually you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of the day. In the meantime, you think about the door in the clinic. You're still drawn to it, even now. You'll be going back there today, you're sure of it. Think about Oscar and Rosalina and how the specter of Charles Shaw Jr. has left them without home and work. Think about the afterlife, it's undeniably real at this point, and what you've seen is terrifying. Think about Stella running off last night, hopefully she's just sleeping in. Thinking about Rosalina's shattered leg and the image of a foot barely still attached to her body. Thinking about Duke, and is the image of him lying there, something against a tree with his half his head blown off. Scrub feverishly at the... yeah, I think these ones down here. Think about Wayne and whether you're ever truly alone. Think about someone special. Let's think about someone special. Specifically, you think about... Wayne? Oh shit, there's 2 ones for Wayne. Stella, your intrepid cryptid hunting companion, and everything the two of you have been through since you got to town. Hopefully she's okay. Kanika, the resident goblin, one of the most level-headed and passionate people in town. Avery, and their thrill-seeking attitude toward the supernatural. Maybe they're less chill than you initially thought. Maybe they're even more chill. Oscar, the shy and handsome town librarian. Reese, the chronically ill artist living in the clinic. Dr. Kelly, and the way her commanding presence dominated yesterday's dinner. Let's go with Wayne, and the way his powerful hands guided you to safety as you fled the library. Your cousin clearly has very good taste. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. And now that we're all clean, it's time to visit the best character in Scarlet Hollow, Dustin! And Dustin Mom! You open the drawers. They both have a bread now.
Human is back! Maybe changed mind about eating us. Would be the end of Dustin and Dustin Mom.
I would never eat you, I love you.
Dustin Mom know better than to trust. When push come to shove, survival more important than friendship. Dustin Mom spend too much time outside. It's different inside. There enough bread for everyone here. No needy friends. Dustin still have childhood innocence. Hope Dustin get to keep that innocence forever.
I guess your glass house still has that squatter?
Tried to reclaim glass house last night, but asshole squatter too big and strong. Dustin Mom stand no chance. Might have to live in Dustin house forever. Human big and strong too. Probably more big and strong than asshole squatter. You fight? Give Dustin Mom glass house back?
Okay. Let's see here. Anything for you, Dustin.
Squatter have sharp things on head. Human be careful. But Dustin Mom would be eternally grateful to Human. Dustin too!
Anything for Dustin. I should get going.
Yay!
Anything for Justin! We're going into the garden immediately. I'm taking a beeline. Oh, right, probably talking to Tabitha. Hey. Oh, she's not here. She's not here, but it looks like she left you a note on the counter. Had to run. The librarian needed a new house, so I'm giving him the keys to the Maxwell place. And the miners decided to stage a strike today, of all days, so I won't be around. I know there's no point in asking you not to do anything reckless, but I'm asking anyway. Be back late. Call if you get into trouble. Tabitha. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Hi, Frou Frou. You walk over to the cat. Oh, c'est toi. Qu'est-ce que tu veux maintenant? Nod respectfully to Frou Frou. She scoffs, her tail twitching with annoyance. But you can see she's less annoyed than she usually is. Maybe she's getting used to you. Do you know anything about the stone carvings scattered around the town? I am not here to be your... Comment dit-on? Chien detective. Je suis un chat. I am here to watch you flail about in the darkness. It's not just dogs that can be detectives, Frou Frou. Then again, I'm half. But I'm pretty sure, you know, even if I were a full cat, I'd still be into detective stuff. I'm not here to provide answers to whatever mysteries confound your feeble American mind. Alright. Thank you for not attacking the opossums who live in my drawer. They're my friends, and if anything bad ever happened to them, there would be hell to pay. Of course you would consider those rats to be your friends. I will not dirty my claws with their diseased flesh. Bye, Frou Frou. Good talk. She scoffs as you turn away. PB&J! If Stella's MIA, who knows when you'll get the chance to eat. Make yourself a PB&J in anticipation of the long day ahead of you. And that's that. Well, before we investigate the garden, I think it's time that we pause, because chat, there's about to be an ad break. Chat, if anybody needs to take care of yourself, if you need to go to the bathroom, grab a snack, or get something to drink, now's gonna be a great time to do that. We do 3 minutes of ads once every hour here. That way they just get all out of the way, and you don't have to worry about them. You don't gotta worry about me continuing on with the game, because I'll be paused, and you're not gonna miss out on any epic Scarlet Hollow content, you know? You'll be all fine and dandy. But also, you know, if you need to fix your posture, take your meds, unclench your jaw, if you need to charge your phone or save your files, please, there's a reminder to do any of those. Do some stretches, do something that'll be nice for you. Be kind to your body, be kind to yourself, etc., etc. You only get the one. I'm pretty sure you do. Unless they invent, like, body cloning and shit, I don't know. Maybe you put yourself in a robot, I don't know. I don't keep up with those things. I'm not very much of a sci-fi guy. I dabble on occasion, but it's not one of my big favorite genres. You know what? Like, if they put like a detective time loop type thing in a sci-fi, maybe I'll look into that. You know? I'm not a very science fiction type of guy. But yeah. Beep bop boop. Looking around. Why do I have tabs open? Oh, okay. Those are all tabs that I'm fine having open, actually. I was like, what are all of these guys doing here? These guys mean nothing to me, but actually they all make sense to be open. Alright, let's see here. I'm like, oh, I can charge my stuff. See, I take care of myself during these ad breaks as well. You know? I can clear my notifications, I can see various things. I can, work on my W place. Yeah, I knew I would have a bunch of pixels. Let me just fucking zoom over here again. I'm doing this on my iPad. Bebop boop bebop. And then that's 4 down, and then 5 down right next to it. And then that's that bit. This goes down to here. And then there's this orange bit here. See, this is great commentary, I know. This is just like when I was doing Sudoku and Date Everything. When I was doing that in Date Everything, I was like, I just hope that this is gonna be a really easy Sudoku so I can just do it really quickly. But then it wasn't. You know? Then it wasn't. And I was like, this is untenable. This is impossible, you know? That's why I shared it with you. My excellent Sudoku experience. It was truly delightful. I do love puzzles of all kinds, and that does include a good Sudoku. Yes, I did do that. I was just marking off the things that I've already done on my little guide here to make sure I know what I've done and what I haven't done already. And I was like, what happened there? It's like, oh, I did the part, but then I didn't mark down that I did it. And that's what confused me. I fell for the oldest trick in the book. That classic, my own trap. Get these colors down here. Bebop boop. May not be the best commentary in the world, but that just means that it's encouraging you all to take care of yourself, you know? During the ad breaks. But the ad breaks are over. If you guys would just give me a second here, I need to get some more pixels down. I need to get more pixels down. I'm normal. I swear it. I'm fine and normal. The ADHD is fine, I swear. I'm great at it. Bebop boop. There we go. Alright, back into video game. Alright, back. Here we are. Investigate the garden. Whatever kicked out Dustin's mom is in the garden right now. You'd better look into it before you head into town. The air is chilly today. The overcast sky hanging oppressively over the weed-choked flower beds. Into the greenhouse. You start carefully picking your way through the underbrush. Doesn't take much effort to find a path. Cuttings of prickly raspberry bushes and tangled vines litter the ground around the greenhouse. Talk to animals. The glass house, one could say. You step towards the door. Oh, there was a silhouette there. 1 second, I'm looking at my... Okay, I was like, if I look at my stream manager, I'll get to see a second glimpse of it. But it was also... I didn't get a good glance of it even still. It's sealed shut by a lock, and you catch a brief glimpse of a horned shadow through the ancient clouded glass. They did say there were spikies on the head. Try and talk to whatever's behind the door. Goat! 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 You're a goat? Examine the lock. Looks sturdy. You'll need some tools if you're gonna get this open. Maybe Stella or Kanika could lend a hand later. What's your name, little guy? Goat. What are you doing in the greenhouse? Human put me here. Can't complain? I don't know why I'm Russian, but I'm Russian now. The human put me here. Can't complain. Pretty sweet digs, honestly. Stays nice and warm. Plenty of eats, too. As we all know, goats are Russian. Did that human have a brown coat and big boots? Coat like, what, fur? No, not brown fur. Yellow fur. Just on the top, like all you humans. Don't know what boots are, but can't help you out there. Okay, so blonde. Tabitha. Where did you come from? Farm. Used to live with the other guys like me. Kinda miss them. But that's not much. Not that much. Won't gotta share anymore. Hey, whoever you are, there's a possum that would like you to leave. She was here first. This is her house. Don't wanna leave. I live here now. She can deal. Guess I'll leave you to it then. See ya. Or not. It's a wild world out there. You've investigated the garden. With Stella missing, it's best not to keep Kanika waiting for much longer. Alright, we're heading to town then. You head to the front door and begin your trek to the town below. Hi, Ditchlins! The sun shines down with a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery gray light. You can't help but feel countless eyes watching you from the tree line. Oh, there's one here, too. A feeling that reminds you of your time in the woods with Stella. Ditchlins shouldn't be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. Avery! To your surprise, you find a familiar face making its way up to the path towards you. Hey, I was just coming up to see you. Hope you were able to get some sleep after everything that happened last night. I just want to take a moment to appreciate that all of them have, like, different outfits on different days. It's so good. And except for Tabitha, but I feel like Tabitha has an excuse of being probably, like, depressed or something, or at least haunted, you know? I was up most of the night, totally wired on adrenaline. Even if I'd been able to chill out a bit, knowing that thing was right down the street. Yeah, not super conductive to our good night's sleep. Do you think it's still there? I hoped it might go away on its own. I don't think it has any intention of leaving, so I guess the library's off limits from here on out. But considering the alternative, I don't think anybody can hold that against you. I'd much rather not be able to check out any library books ever again than let a ghost suck the life out of you. Aww. Seems like it would have been a bad trade. Let's see here. Get Tabitha to deal with it. Fuck, dude, that's mean. Oh, hooligans break in there and get trapped in ghost hell. I don't want ghost not trusting it. Wear itself out soon enough. What if it leaves the library? Ghost can stay there. Hopefully no hooligans break into the library and get trapped in ghost hell. Where there are abandoned buildings, there are people trying to break in and get spooked. Nothing we can do to stop that. But maybe the ghost won't possess anyone if there aren't any Scarlets to guilt trip. Who knows. So good to see your lovely face this early in the morning. First thing in the morning. Right back at ya. You were on my mind a lot last night. I don't think I'll ever forget seeing the sunrise this morning. Not just because it meant I'd survived the night after all, but because it meant I was closer to being able to see you again. Aww. Once again, Avery, are you cool if I keep flirting with this Wayne guy? Because I'm not gonna stop doing that, and I don't know what's going to happen there, if anything will. There's ditchlings everywhere now, even though it's daytime. Avery turns to survey the tree line. I've noticed a few on my way up. They're kind of funny now that I'm getting a good look at them, with their scrunched up little Sharpay faces. So, should I be worried about these things? I know they're a bad omen or something, but like, are they dangerous? They're not gonna eat me if I take a wrong turn, right? No, but you might get some eggs laid in your skin. Oh, is that all they do? That doesn't sound too bad. I think I could survive a parasitic larva or two. Just glad being eaten alive isn't on the table. Avery, it's not like a ringworm. It's like this big. I make a gesture with my hands. It's like this big? You don't want that. You don't want that. I mean, is getting a parasite like that really any different than getting eaten alive? They're still eating you, just more slowly and from the inside. Sure, I get where you're coming from, but that's a pretty big difference. If a mountain lion gets me, that's just kind of it, you know? I'm sure the wonders of modern medicine will be able to yank out a couple eggs out of me. Heck, I'm even maybe able to let the eggs hatch instead of just having them removed. It'd be sad to kill the babies, but at the end of the day, if it's me or them, I gotta go with self-preservation. It's terrible to say. It would be kinda neat to grow a weird little guy. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I get that. Being eaten sounds really bad. Seems like a painful way to go. Well, a parasitic larva sapping all my nutrients and leaving me withered husk doesn't sound great. It at least doesn't involve any rending or tearing. Well, maybe tearing once it's done with me. But if I survived, I would have a hell of a story. Have you heard anything from Stella? I haven't heard from her, though we don't text much, and I haven't checked with Winnie to see if she came in for an early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't heard from her, that doesn't sound great. Seeing her like that last night was awful. She's usually so unflappable. Seems like those walls are finally starting to crack. Hope she's okay. Kanika and I are meeting up to look for Stella. Wanna come? Absolutely. I told Winnie I'd be coming in late today, so I've got time. I don't know how much time, though. From what I saw this morning, there's already a few miners holed up in there. They must be using it as a home base for the strike. Whoa, just like in Disco Elysium. Let's head to town. Yeah, good idea. You and Avery start back down the path to town. Kanika! It isn't long until you find yourself in the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Mack, you made it. And you picked up an Avery along the way. Hope you're both doing okay, like, emotionally. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Better after seeing Mack. That's good. I feel like I got crushed by a steamroller or something. Joints are all out of whack, totally exhausted, and super foggy. Mom has been insisting that I caught a cold, and I wasn't buying it. But as of this morning, I've come around. It's definitely something beyond exhaustion, even considering the ridiculously stressful week we've all had. But I'm not gonna let that stop me from looking for Stella. Is someone manning the general store while we go looking for Stella? Screw the general store, Mom can deal. Oh, did I miss something? You good, Kanika? Just some family drama. I'm sure I was gonna take a sick day anyway. I don't want to infect the entire town with whatever cold this is. I'm like, is this really a cold, or do you have, like, the ghost sickness? Is it slender sickness? Oh no! Instead, I'll just infect both of you. And whoever else we come across while looking for Stella. I'm supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on things. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today that she couldn't have told us all last night. Maybe she's gonna read your fortune. After last night, I wouldn't doubt that she actually could. Your mom's always had a bit of that Glinda vibe going for her. Yeah, maybe I should stop making fun of her whole New Age mystic thing. Lots happened over the past couple of days. I need to take a page out of Stella's book and just block this shit out. I need to be focused. I can't be having all these existential crises. There'll be plenty of time for tea after we found Stella. Let's see here. Let's not dawdle. I'm worried about Stella and it doesn't feel right to be doing anything that isn't actively looking for her. Agreed. Let's get to work. Where to first? Let's see here. Okay, let's go to Stella's house. Good place to start. Maybe she just slept in. That's what I'm hoping. I would have gone already, but, I was kind of nervous about doing anything by myself today. Just in case I ran into yet another horror from beyond the veil or whatever. Let's go. You make your way towards Stella's house. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. I'm not from around here. Is it normal for people to leave their doors open? I've left my patio door open on occasion, usually when I'm home. But I've had squirrels take that as an invitation one too many times and bust in to take a few bites out of my plants, so even I keep my doors closed. It's bad enough that they go after everything in the community garden, but to come into my house and help themselves to my precious leafy babies, squirrels of Scarlet Hollow are my only true enemies. And Stella would definitely know better than to leave her door wide open like this, especially considering the Ditchland situation. Might as well invite ourselves in, right? Yeah, we should go in. Cool, I'll be brave and go first. Avery casually steps over the threshold into Stella's house. School for pets? I don't know what that is. Aw, beautiful. Princess? Did she have a dog? Seems very dogular over here. Oh yeah, fucking, obviously Gretchen. I was like, is there a second dog? I was truly like, this is definitely... I forgot to think of Gretchen, like, as a dog and not, like, as a person. I mean, like, yeah, she lives here with Gretchen. Obviously, Gretchen is a dog. I'm so smart. Whatever happened to Stella doesn't look like it happened here. Doesn't look like there was a struggle or anything. Unless it happened in another room. Or maybe something caught her off guard. Didn't have to add that last part. I'm gonna forget you said that and just be thankful that this doesn't look like a crime scene. In the kitchen? God, there's fucking backgrounds everywhere. There's so fucking many. Oh my god. Bread. For Dustin. Get for Dustin. Everybody eats peanut butter and jelly around here, or just peanut butter. Stella's kitchen is slightly messy. A couple of cabinets are hanging open, and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. Is Stella's kitchen normally this messy? I wouldn't call this messy. It's a little messy. If this is a little messy, I don't know what you want to call my room. No, I just mean it's different for a kitchen to have bread open and on the counter, you know? And for there to just be peanut butter on... Not even, like, the knife in the sink, but on the sink. I wasn't judging. There's nothing wrong with a little mess. Or a lot of mess. We're getting off track. Stella's house has always felt a little sterile to me. This feels a little too lived in, if that makes sense. Well, maybe that's just because I've only ever been over when she was already expecting me. Maybe this is just a rare peek behind the curtain at the real Stella. The real Stella would call her friends and let them know she's okay. Stella's room? This is more like it. Oh, of course you have a corkboard. Of course you have a corkboard. Hell yeah. Mothman plushie! Dog treats. Little Mothman thing here. Okay, we got the Fresno Nightcrawler. We got, the Flatwoods Monster, Jersey Devil, Bigfoot, Mothman here. Is that Nessie there? Maybe the Kraken? Not sure about these guys, though. This guy looks familiar, though. This one with the big wings. I don't know who this guy is. This guy's silly. Outer Banks, big monsters of the USA. Oh, little plushies. Delightful. Delightful. Computer with a bunch of post-it notes. Delightful. You make your way down the hall to what you assume to be Stella's room. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy, it's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. I'd better not hear a single comment about this room being messy. I wasn't gonna say anything. This sure looks like a room. Any thoughts? I think you've about summed it up. This is definitely a room. Yeah, nothing much to comment on. This is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time that I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. Could use a few more as houseplants. I'll put together some trimmings after we found her. Aw, she still does those little corkboard with string things. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. Okay, don't think we're gonna find much else here. Let's move on. Alright. Okay, so maybe she came home last night, maybe she didn't. But she's definitely missing. Thought I was overreacting this morning. I hope she would just be sleeping in. Can't believe she's actually missing. We'll find her. Where to next? Let's check in on... Yeah, let's check in on Oscar and Rosalina. They should be at the old Maxwell place. Tabitha dropped off the keys this morning. The old Maxwell place? With Rosalina's leg the way it is and everything they've been through now, they have to stay in a broken down room that should have been bulldozed years ago? I guess it's good that they have a roof over their heads. Or what's left of a roof. Your cousin is gonna get an earful from me next time I see her. I love this drama. Kanika storms off down the road, and you and Avery follow close behind. You don't get far before the sound of growling and desperate hisses grab your attention. Oh shit, Pixel! Get away from Pixel! Pixel... Pixel had an accent, right? What was Pixel's... yeah, I think I gave Pixel, like, a New Orleans type thing. I think I was thinking about Dr. Facilier with this cat. Get away from me. Oh, I'm supposed to be an indoor cat. I'm not supposed to see things like you. You don't even talk, you freak. You turn to see a ditchling approach a cornered Pixel in an alley. It must have slipped out of the library with everyone else last night. The ditchling, distracted from its hunt by your arrival, cranes its neck to face you. Its eyes settling on you with alien indifference. Hey, quit it! The words feel meek as they leave your mouth, and the ditchling, unaffected, turns back to its corner prey. Is there a pipe or something lying around? Maybe we could scare it off. There's no time. I'm grabbing Pixel. Before you can react, a small pack of dogs round the corner. Oh my god! Oh my god, the infantry send in the troops. Oh shit, they're going for it. Those are my cousins, fuck yeah! Oh shit, dude. They're going crazy on it. Before you can react, a small pack of dogs round the corner. They pounce on the creature, pulling it from the wall, then take turns biting and tearing into it until it's ripped to shreds.
Oh, good boys! Good boys! Good boys, 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 good boys. And also Pixel, you also get pets.
Their task complete, they saunter towards you. What the? Is that Daisy? And Scraps? And what looks like every other dog in town. All in some kind of dog gang. I lived! I love you, Pixel! Pixel! You got out of the library. Oh, you poor cat, come here. Aye! Pixel cautiously walks towards your group, before clambering into your arms. He has a comfortable heft to him. I guess he likes you more than me. Well, I can talk to animals. Don't feel bad about it. Daisy's you. We found him last night, terrified and shaking in a bush outside the library. Psst, I wasn't that scared. I've even been helping out. Little Pixels here's been volunteering as a scout. Don't worry, I already forgot the voice I gave to you. We're always right around the corner. Those creatures only like to strike out when they have numbers, but they're hardly very bright. We made sure the little guy was taken care of till the humans were awake. Y'all know where he's supposed to be. Uh-huh. So you're the Scraps I've heard so much about. The one and only. This here is Daisy. We've got a few other concerned locals with us as well. Just making sure the cats and dogs of Holler are well cared for, considering recent events. There are more of those things in the woods every day, popping out of the innocent bodies of what used to be dogs like us. He's done us a fine service, but you'd best make sure to keep Pixel inside from here on out. I've got the feeling that things are only gonna get worse from here. I'd like to see you try. I was an indoor cat, but now that I've got a taste of the outdoors, I'll never be satisfied by that indoor life. But maybe I can wait till all those monsters are gone. Gretchen really admires you, Scraps. Oh, she flatters me so. I'm nothing special, just another dog. Don't be so modest, Scraps. You're the kind of dog other dogs listen to. That's more than can be said for Jimmy. Thinks he's so high and mighty just because he can sit and stay the best. As if obedience is the best quality in a leader. Have any of you seen or smelled Gretchen? Is she missing? Oh dear, Scraps, you don't think. Gretchen's person would never let that happen to her. Wherever she is, I'm sure she's safe from those things. A dog like her doesn't get to be that age without a watchful human at her side. Can you help us find her? You've got better noses for this sort of thing. We'll do our best. We didn't intend to make any more trips out into the woods. But if it's for Gretchen, we'll take that risk. She's a well-liked dog around these parts. Been around longer than any of us. It'd be a blow to the community for her to fall victim to those monstrosities. Yeah, screw Jimmy. Let's see here, yeah. Screw Jimmy. What a joke. One of you should have been the mayor. Well, aren't you sweet? Some dogs just ain't fit to lead. It's not his fault the humans of this town flung him so far out of his depths. Good doggies. Thank you, I appreciate the compliment. You call me good dog? Daisy, good dog? Oh, these guys are all so happy! Daisy's tails wag excitedly before she gains her composure. Sorry, I'd love to hear that. We'll make sure he gets back to his family. We appreciate it, human. Word's been going around town that there was one among you who could properly understand us. It'll be good to have you on our side during these strange times. Odd things are going on around here. It's important for all us living things to watch out for each other. So are y'all some kind of dog militia or something? Yeah, I suppose you can say that. I'm sure you've met the town's illustrious leader by now. When the powers that be abandon you, it's up to the rest of us to band together and protect those who need protecting. Is there anything we humans can do about the ditchlings? They ain't that hard to kill when there's a whole lot of us. They die easily enough, so long as you don't get caught unawares. That's why we're gathering all the local dogs. A big pack is a safe pack. And Shimmy may not be doing anything to help, but that doesn't mean we can't take matters into our own hands. Now, Daisy, no need to start in about the mayor. He has his own priorities. So long as he doesn't get in our way, we don't need to go starting trouble. Aren't your families worried about you, off on your own like this? We are country dogs. So long as we come home for dinner, most of us aren't missed too much. Speak for yourself. I know my family has been worried sick, but I can't let that get in the way of what's important. Besides, if I went home, they might tie me up and then I'd be a sitting dog. Alright, we'd best be on our way. Same for us. For the first time that we know of, those things are out during the day, which means the pets of Scarlet Hollow need us now more than ever. Make sure the humans keep an extra careful watch on their furry companions. The band of dogs scampers off. You just had a full-on conversation with those dogs. It is so weird when you do that. Weird or cool? I wish I could hear the other side of the conversation. Seems like there's a whole dog culture in this town I've been missing out on. Knowing dogs are capable of carrying full conversations is gonna make being a veterinarian really weird. You're just gonna have to hire Mack as a translator. You'd be the best vet in the country with someone like that on your staff. Truly. Be like, okay, what are your symptoms? Tell me them. Pixel in tow, you and your companions continue on to the old Maxwell place. The old Maxwell place. It was clearly once a mid-century modern home, and undoubtedly quite stylish for the time, but it's been abandoned for unknown decades, and moss and vines choke its exterior, barely concealing cracked walls and dust-clouded glass. Hey, where the heck you taking me? This ain't my house! Before you can approach, the door opens, and Oscar's head pokes out from the entryway. Hello? Oh! Sorry if I startled y'all. The walls here are worn down enough I could hear you coming from a block away. Good morning, Oscar. Just thought we'd stop by to check in. Oh, thank goodness you found Pixel! Rosalina's been beside herself. Oscar's voice is tired. He's had a long night, and it shows. His graying face seemingly having aged in the hours since you last saw him. Please, come on in. Oh boy. At least it's probably not haunted. You're doing great, Rosalina. Not a lot of kids your age can take shots that well. You're being so brave. You don't have to talk to me like I'm 5. But you are brave. You really are, Rosalina. You're like, so badass. Alexis is right. This is more than most people have to deal with in their whole lives, and here you are, taking it like a champ. Before Dr. Kelly can continue, Pixel jumps from your arms, bounding across the room and leaping onto Rosalina's chest. That's a great pose! Pixel, I've been so worried about you. I told you he turned up. Dr. Kelly's almost gentle bedside manner vanishes as she turns and glares at you. I see we have visitors. How are you doing, Rosalina? Tired. My leg hurts a lot. But the medicine is helping. It's not so bad now. And what are you not gonna do today? Walk around. Sorry, Dr. Kelly. I should have been better at stopping her. I take full responsibility. As her father, I should have... No need for anyone to step in and take the blame for anything. It's the hospital's fault for sending her home at all. It's gross negligence, if you ask me. But give it time, and you can do all the running around you want, alright, Rosalina? You just have to make sure you give that leg of yours a chance to heal up a bit first. You don't want to pop any stitches. Sorry, again, about the library. There's no need to apologize. It's a building. You're a person. You matter more than a pile of stones. I do kinda wish we could go back for our stuff. Thanks for letting me borrow some of your clothes, Alexis. You can borrow as much as you need. I have plenty of shirts, and you can do laundry at our house, too. Of course, there are some family heirlooms I'd rather not lose. Portraits of my parents, my father's mining jacket. I don't like the thought of their last living memories being forgotten in there. And the fact that it stole the library from me too. That one really stings. But what are you gonna do? We could always try going on a rescue mission for some of your stuff. No, absolutely not. No one is going back in there until we have a thoroughly researched plan of action. That goes especially for you, Mack. Who knows if you'd be able to leave again? You've done enough for my family. How about no one is going in there, period? We're going to need to deal with it eventually. Boarding up the library isn't a permanent solution. Are you sure about that? Because I don't see any reason we shouldn't just leave the thing alone. Forever. What's gonna happen to your career now that the library is closed? That's a good question. I was up all night wondering the same thing. If things stay the way they are right now, it's essentially like the library burned down. The books are inaccessible, the building is unsalvageable. In that scenario, the county would have to put up the money to build a new archive, or we'd have to move someplace where I can work in an existing library, and Scarlet Hollow would lose a valuable public service. Oscar. Move? So you and Rosalina would leave? But we're not doing that, right, Dad? We're staying here? Is there any way you could just... sorry, Avery, not Alexis. Is there any way you can just, start over and rebuild the collection? I'm sure folks around town would be willing to pitch in. It would be a lot of work, but that's a possibility. Still, maybe it won't even have to come to that. How's Reese? He's fine. Had a rough night, but he'll recover. He's used to this sort of thing. He just needs a couple days to get back on his feet. That means no more excitement, not even a movie. Sorry to hear that, Dr. Kelly. Damn. Okay, but what if I wanted to hang out with you? I will respect this boundary and not bother either of you anymore. I have enough stuff to deal with. This strained relationship is not gonna be on the table. I'm sorry. That sounded suspiciously like sarcasm, but I choose to believe you mean it. I did not even think of it like that. It wasn't. So, we found something in Oscar's house last night. A stone carving that gave me a vision about what happened there. There was one in the mines the other night, too. Both of them had a sort of pull on me. Whatever they were, there's something like them in your clinic. I felt it last night. Let's see here. Have you ever noticed anything weird at the clinic? No, it's just an old building. It has a lot of history, but that doesn't mean it's haunted or anything supernatural is going on. I understand that there have been some strange events in Scarlet Hollow this week, but despite what your funny feeling might suggest, the clinic is safe. But if something does happen at the clinic, aren't you worried about Reese? If it's anything like what happened to us last night, none of you have to concern yourself with my son's health. I know how to take care of him, even in a supposed ghost emergency or whatever it is you're worried about. It's cool of my cousin to let you stay in this rad place for free. Do you think you'll have to stay here long term? No, I'll find a way to get the library back, and our house with it. I'd best be on my way. Goodbye, Rosalina. Make sure you stay put and keep Pixel company, okay? I will. Bye, Dr. Kelly. Thanks again for doing this. I can't express how much... It's nothing. I'll call later today to see how she's doing. Good luck to the both of you. Dr. Kelly brusquely pushes past you and leaves. Oscar, before we get sidetracked, we're not just here to talk about monsters and what happened in the library. Oh? Stella's been missing since last night. Oh. You haven't seen her, right? Not since last night. Now I'm really starting to worry. It sounds like no one in town has seen her. That doesn't mean something bad happened. But it doesn't exactly sound like it's all sunshine and roses for her either. I'm sure she'll be okay. You should probably get back to looking for her soon. Before you go, though, there's something I wanted to get your thoughts on. Let's step outside. Oscar ushers you to the street. What's up? Is everything okay? Yes, or at least as okay as it can be considering everything that's happened. But I don't exactly feel safe. Strange things are going on in Scarlet Hollow, and I'm tired of running from them. I want to get our house back. You've all been looking into the town's history, correct? I overheard your discussion in the library the other day. Have you been able to find anything that might explain what's going on? I don't think we have too much to go on. I can't help but feel like there must be some kind of inciting event, since everything started getting really weird seemingly overnight. But I have no idea where to even start, really. Avery stares at you. I mean, it's obvious, right? Things only started happening once Mack got here. Kanika shoots Avery a glare. No, we are not throwing Mack under the bus. What? There's nothing wrong with being a magical catalyst. Sure, there's probably nothing wrong with someone being a magical catalyst, but there's definitely a problem with saying someone's a magical catalyst. If people get the wrong idea, we're only a couple of steps away from the whole town deciding to shaw them. Nobody's gonna drag Mack into a witch hunt on my watch. I'd like to think we've outgrown the days of running people out of town on rails. I'd rather play it safe. Don't worry, it's not like I'm gonna run around town telling everyone that Mack magicked a bunch of terrible disasters into existence. But if there's a catalyst for all this, why wouldn't it be a lost Scarlet finally coming back to Scarlet Hollow? If I may, Mack getting into town isn't the only major event that's happened lately. Pearl Ann died over a week ago, and those creatures in the woods were already reproducing by the time they arrived. Not to mention, I started seeing things in our house before Pearl Ann passed, I think. I never thought to make a note of exactly when the spirit made itself known. Whatever the cause of this is, there must be some way to put this genie back in the bottle. I'm going to do my best to find out if there have ever been any similar events, and whether there's anything special about Scarlet Hollow that might explain what's going on. The town archives are, unfortunately, in the library. Rosalina had been pestering me to make some sort of digital backup for months, but I never got around to it, so online sources it is. We'll fill you in on what little we know, so you at least have some place to start. Alright? Make sure Pixel stays inside or he might get grabbed by ditchlings. The ditchlings are those things from the woods, right? With those faces? Yeah, the Anguish Doughboys. I kinda like them. It's like a hidden object game out there today with all these weird little faces peering up out of the bushes. Avery, you're just like me for real. Like them? Are we talking about the same creatures that have been laying eggs in the local wildlife? I don't know why I keep being like, Avery, are you cool with me flirting with Wayne? I feel like if Avery were in my shoes, they'd be making the same decisions. I don't want to get friendly with them or anything. I just think they're kind of interesting. To each their own. I think some dogs kept him safe. Like a gang of dogs. I know it sounds ridiculous, but we saw it with our own eyes. A gang of dogs. I suppose stranger things have happened. This very week, in fact. But we'll make sure he stays safe. There's that thing in the clinic that I mentioned. That pull. I wish Dr. Kelly were taking this as seriously as she should. Oscar, what did you tell her about last night? She didn't bat an eye at anything Max said about the supernatural. She mostly just got defensive. Does she know how bad it was? I told her everything. She seemed to believe me, but who knows? Maybe she was just being polite in front of Rosalina. Maybe the whole time I was ranting, she was actually just nodding along, thinking I'd had a psychotic break. I don't know. She didn't seem to care about putting on a show for Rosalina once we showed up. I'll make sure to shoot Reese a warning text. He at least deserves to know something might happen. Yeah. We need to get Reese out of there before something bad happens to him. That sounds terrifying, but maybe necessary. No, I veto this. We don't want a repeat of last night. We should be more cautious about what we do next. We don't want anyone to get attacked or possessed by any more ghosts, even if it is to help a friend. Hopefully a warning text is all he needs to get himself out of there. I'd like to think that. At the very least, we've let him know to be careful. I don't know if we have time to play it safe. Just give me a day or two to do some research before you do anything rash, okay? I wonder if this could be the work of some sort of cult. You mentioned something like that. That's the wrong voice. You mentioned something like that at the library the other day. If there was a cult in Scarlet Hollow, I feel like I'd know about it. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. Let's not get all satanic panic just yet. I know it's not looking unlikely at this point, but having lived in this town all my life, I feel like I would know if there was a cult that ran the place. I've gotta agree with Kanika on this. I feel like I'd have picked up on something. A cult doesn't necessarily have to run the town to have had an impact here. If we're looking at the historical context of disaster sites this week, we're talking about things that happened nearly a century ago, or even further back. I'll see what I can find, you never know. Okay. Whatever we're doing next, I feel like we're missing a vital team member. We need to find Stella, and fast. I agree. We need her brazen energy if we're gonna do any serious sleuthing. See you around, Oscar. Let us know what you can find. That's the wrong voice. Let us know what you can find. I will. We're going to get the library back, and we're going to figure out how to fix whatever's wrong with this town.
Bye, Oscar.
So that's Oscar. Any other ideas? We should go to the cops, right? Are you sure? Nothing against the officers of Scarlet Hollow, but you've met them, right? Do you think it's worth the trouble? As unhelpful as they are, we are dealing with a missing person. That's cop stuff. It's probably gonna be more of a formality than anything, but there's no point in not covering all of our bases. Okay. Howdy, cops.
Oh, and Bo's here, too. Hi, Bo. Bowling championship. I love that little kitty here.
The police station is exactly what you would expect from a town the size of Scarlet Hollow. It smells strongly of coffee and faintly of aged furniture and paper, and the general tidiness speaks of a department that doesn't get much of anything done. But you're also not alone here. You manage to find a worried Bo standing between you and the officers behind the desk.
Let me get this right. You're trying to report a missing pumpkin.
Big bet it wasn't just a pumpkin, Sheriff Hugby, sir. She was gonna be a prize winner. Raising her was the last thing me and my daddy did together. She's important to me. Are you sure it was Julius, not some enterprising bear that got a hold of her? Y'all know Julius thinks that the land belongs to him. He probably thought Big Betty was his to take. He ain't coming to his door, so for all I know, he might be all the way to the state fair by now with our pumpkin. Think there's something y'all can do about it?
I'm afraid we'll need at least some kind of evidence to go on before we go barging into a man's home, son. Why don't you see if you can find a little something more solid for us to go on? Then we can see about helping you out.
Bo, sure, that's not what I wanted to say. I clicked on the wrong one. Stella ran off last night and she's still missing. She isn't at home and none of us have heard from her. She what now?
Oh, that's just our Stella, always running off. I wouldn't worry too much about it, she'll turn up.
This is different, Earl. You know I wouldn't be up here bothering if it wasn't important. And there are a lot of them things out there. Too many of them. Yeah. Bo's right. She shouldn't be off on her own when there are so many ditchlings creeping around in broad daylight. Ditchlings? Mack told me about them yesterday. They're them creepy little things I got my daddy. I called about them last night too, since they've been coming up out of the woods onto the farm. I even saw some on my way here, plain as day. Oh, we've been getting a lot of calls about those. Guess Scarlet Hollow has either been invaded by ghouls or we're suffering some kind of mass hallucination. I may have even seen one or two myself. All the same, I don't see what we're supposed to do about them. Or about Stella. She's a grown woman. If she wants to go off to the woods for a bit, we don't need to go after her like she's Miss Curfew. It's a free country. If there are critters bothering folks and stealing livestock, ain't y'all supposed to take care of them? Not now. Now, son. We ain't animal control. We're the police. Are you kidding me? This town doesn't even have an animal control department. Well, maybe it should get one. Bo, did you manage to find your dad? Bo's stoic expression breaks, and for a moment you can almost see tears forming in his eyes, but he blinks them away. Yeah. I found him. Hear that, Deputy Franklin? Seems like you got another report to close. Lucky me. I gathered what there was to gather. Wrong voice. I gathered what there was to gather. We're giving him a proper burial in the family plot. It's been tough going, trying to dig the hole while the farm is crawling with those hairless things. But it needs to get done. Do you think they'll go back where they came from soon? Mama and me have tried to fight them back as best we can, but it seems like there's more every minute. I kinda like them. Oh, Sybil says they don't hurt people. I ain't too worried about myself or my mama. It's the animals they keep trying to drag off. They're stealing food out of our mouths, and it don't seem, no matter how many of them I pop, they just keep coming. And those are Daddy's chickens. He'd want us to keep them safe for him. But I'm doing my part, taking out as many of those nasty little things as I can. I can't stop feeling like things are gonna get worse. Maybe that's just the way people feel after something bad happens. No, I think you might be onto something. It's getting weirder every day. My mom did say that ditchlands are supposed to be some horrible omen, but that doesn't mean it's true. For all we know, the weird stuff is behind us and those creepy little things will crawl back to wherever they came from and Scarlet Hollow will go back to normal. But I guess it doesn't hurt to plan for the worst. What's all this about a pumpkin? Seems Bo here's misplaced a considerably large pumpkin. Have y'all heard a word I said? I didn't misplace Big Betty, she was stolen, and I know who done it, so I'd appreciate if y'all would give Mr. Tremaine a visit and set things straight. And I'm telling you, we can't barge into your neighbor's house just because you want us to. Why do you think Mr. Tremaine stole it? You're poking a wife's neck, Mack. There's 100 years of history there. He's been claiming Big Betty was his since day one on account of he thinks it's planted on his side of the property. The Callaways and Tremaines have been at this a long time. They can never agree on whose land is whose. This ain't the first time we've heard something like this. And we got our fair share of calls from Julius Tremaine, too. You know, Julius is a friend of mine. He's a lot of things, and he's definitely a bit of a curmudgeon, but I've never pegged him as a thief. I didn't know Julius ever talked to anybody. Talk is a strong word, but I like to think we have some kind of understanding. Well, I know why the pumpkin is valuable. He said it was really huge. I remember talking to him about that. I don't think Bo's asking you to throw Julius in jail or anything. Why can't you look into this? Mack is right. I ain't asking for much. Bo, if I went down that road, I'm sure Julius would come down here tomorrow and have a whole list of his own complaints, and all of them would sound just as justified as yours. Sometimes it's best to just let things work themselves out. But it sounds like Bo has a real case here. It's not just two neighbors having an emotional dispute. Property's been stolen. Couldn't you get involved on his behalf just this once? After everything he's been through this week? You say that like this is the first time one of these feudal farm folk has come in about missing vegetables. We've heard it all. And what we've learned is it's best to keep our noses out of it. I'm sure Beau here will be unsatisfied with whatever the legal system feels is just punishment for stealing Big Betty.
It doesn't matter what happens. If we do anything, Julius will be storming in here the next day with a complaint of his own. Heck, he'll probably come down here regardless.
Yup, and it'll be about a missing butternut squash or what have you that he's sure made it into a soup on the Callaway side of the property line. You know, I haven't seen him since Tuesday. He's usually in the diner every day. Even if he didn't take Big Betty, it might be worth doing a welfare check. Alright, let me speak in plainer terms. Everyone knows that Julius Tremaine's land is booby-trapped to hell. It's not worth it. That's never stopped me. Yeah? You have kids, Avery? Because I've got 2 teenage girls at home. Hugby's got grandkids. Franklin's got... the mayor, I guess. I'm not about to risk getting my head blown off over a pumpkin.
That's right. There's some sleeping dogs you just learn to just let lie. I've been Scarlet Hollow sheriff for over 20 years now. You don't hold a position like that for so long without learning a few lessons on temperance and moderation.
If I may say, sirs. Ain't that a mite bit cowardly of you? I thought police officers were supposed to be brave. Not the ones that live very long, son. Look, I've been to Julius's 100 times. I can tag along and make sure nobody gets hurt.
That's a mighty kind offer, but let's give it another day. There's no need to escalate things when they might just resolve themselves.
Let's just get going. Well, no one can say we didn't try. Let's keep looking. Have a good one, officers. Same to you, kid. Well, that was a total waste of time. It wasn't a total waste of time. We gotta find out what's been going on with Julius. He's been missing from the diner for a few days. It's weird. He usually comes in every single day. Maybe he's preoccupied with ditchlands? I just hope he's okay. Where to next? Let's go to the diner. Good idea. Folks tend to congregate there. Maybe we'll run into someone who's seen Stella. Here's hoping Winnie doesn't try to rope me into clocking in early. I'm gonna be real, Avery. That's why I saved the diner for around here. Okay, some miners. Feels as if you've walked into a private meeting. The back booth is full of miners, and they're having what seems to be an intense discussion. Their expressions gravely serious. What's going on? There's a strike up at the mines. They made the diner their base of operations. When you asked for the morning off, I didn't think you'd be showing up with friends. Sorry, Aunt Winnie. Stella's gone missing and I've been helping these 2 track her down. You haven't seen her, have you? Don't you apologize now. I can't say I have. Should I be worried about her? I hope not. We're not interrupting anything here, are we? Of course not. Any paying customer is welcome. As long as you 2 aren't about to step on anybody's toes or cause a fuss. The miners in back were too engaged in conversation to notice you enter, and instead of speaking in hushed voices, argue with each other loudly enough for you to easily overhear. Sure, the shift schedules are tough, and sure, we don't get enough time off for me to see my family as often as I'd like, but this is the best job I can get right now. Okay, oh, they are talking. That was Harrison, okay. Right, yes, I remember them now. Sure, the shift schedules are tough, and sure, we don't often get enough time off for me to see my family as often as I'd like, but this is the best job I can get right now. Listen, kid, you're only a year or so into this gig. Trust me, the longer it goes on, the more it sucks the life out of you. At first, you're just unhappy, but you think you can weather it, until you find something better. Paycheck's a paycheck, I get that. But the next thing you know, you've lost years of your life to a company that doesn't give a solitary shit about you. It uses up every free second it can suck out of its workers and pays us just enough to survive, but not so much that we can ever save enough to get the hell out. Zax, we could get fired for this. I really need the paycheck. My sister needs the paycheck. I'm the only reason she can afford her tuition right now, and I can't get fired. This job still has its perks, like the company housing. I can't afford my own place and send money back home. I don't know where I would live if I didn't have this job. Right, the company housing. How generous of the big box to put you up in some company-owned shack that ain't had proper maintenance done in decades. Damn. It is bad. Yeah. But we can negotiate with the bosses during the ad break. I don't know. Some of the transitions into the ad break moments are better than others, and this is one of the really bad ones. But thank you all for coming with me over to the ad break. Hey, chat. Ads. They're about to happen. 3 minutes of them, in fact. This is your hourly self-care check-in, so take this time where I'm going to be paused to do something that'll benefit you. If you need to go to the bathroom or grab a snack or get something to drink, if you need to save your files, take your meds, fix your posture, unclench your jaw, charge your phone, do something like that, please take care of yourself, do some stretches. You've been sitting here? It's fine, it's fine. It's fine, it's all great. But hey, if you've been here with me the whole time, it's been 3 hours. So if if you at least heard this spiel a bit ago, that was an hour ago. Did you see your text? Did I see your text? Yes, I did. Cool. Good for them. Good for them. I did see that also Buttons mentioned me on Blue Sky, like, whoa, epic and cool of her. Nice of her to do. And you're like, oh! I do love you messaging me to tell me that Markiplier got married to, I was gonna say his girlfriend, his wife now. Just be like, like, this is breaking news. I need to inform Mack. Markiplier has been wed. Now he's, I said, like, fucking saying that he's been wed, like, fucking, this is going to put an end to a centuries-old feud. There are page slots beyond this, I was wondering. I was like, I feel like this is gonna... Oh, quick saves here as well. These are the autos. Nice, nice. Ah, it looks like it auto-saves whenever I make a decision. Ahaha. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Big sip of water. Hehehe. My W place. I need to scamper back to it. I need... I need to keep putting down pixels. Whoa! People have also put down pixels on this thing. Whoa! Lee! He's pixeled! There's more pixels here than there were before. The Hobgob! I'm doing his arm now. Let me pop this in here. Beep bop boop. Doot doot doot. It's like I got fucking sniped. Most of the gob. Bit of that, bit of blue there. Now he has an arm. Isn't that delightful? Now he has an arm. Ba-ba. I'll give him a belt. I'll give him his beautiful belt. His okay belt. It's not that good. I'm not gonna compliment his stupid fashion choices. He decided to be a hobgoblin, you know? And then a bit of dark orange here. Look, if I'm not being entertaining during the ad break, that just encourages you to take a moment to take care of yourself, you know? Now granted, that also means that you're not as encouraged to subscribe so that you experience the ad breaks live. But hey, you won't know that until you see them. Alright, the ad should be over. Let's get back on into it, shall we? You know she uses that housing as an excuse to pay us this. And the company housing means that almost nobody in this whole damn town owns the place they live. That's why the Scarlets can keep getting away with whatever they want. Zax, we don't have the numbers, man. You know this is risky. Riskier than most of us can afford. We would have the numbers if y'all would stand with me and not let management's scare tactics get to you. It's not scare tactics. People like her now. That woman ran into a collapsing coal mine and saved 3 children from being buried alive. I feel you, Baker. I really do. But how are we supposed to organize a strike against a town hero? You trying to tell me that a mine collapsing less than 2 days ago is why you don't want to strike? It's a bad time, Zach. It's always a bad time, Baker. Doesn't matter whose name is on the deed for the place. Without us, there is no mine. We've got them against the ropes. We can't back down now or they'll come out swinging. Don't pressure people. They want to strike. They don't have to. Actually, maybe not. I was like, I'm all for it, but the screw my cousin is a little weird. Hey, have any of you guys seen Stella? She's missing. The miners turn towards the doorway, all eyes glaring at you in unison. The YouTuber? We ain't seen her. Harrison's voice drops to a barely audible mumble. Hope she's okay. So about the strike? We all know who you're related to, kid. Word travels fast, and I'll be damned if we talk business in front of you. Do you think I like Tabitha? I may be the boss's cousin, but I support the strike. Oh, even the boss's family's on our side? Maybe this really could work. The whole town should be on our side. There was a collapse less than 2 days ago, and she expects us to not riot at the thought of being forced back down there? Damn straight. Thank you, Isaacs. You're here. Still, if you support the strike, the best thing you can do right now is not meddle with it. Trust can only go so far. No, Mack's cool. I wouldn't hang out with them if they weren't. You can't help who you're related to, right? No, I suppose you can't, but that doesn't mean we have to trust everyone who stumbles into town. No offense, but your friendship don't mean much, Diner Kid. You're friends with everybody, even that Julius freak. Diner Kid? I know. So, let me try that again. I know you know Avery's name. If I ever hear you call them that again... Sorry, Miss Winnie, it won't happen again. Don't apologize to me. Sorry, Avery. I didn't mean to be so dismissive. Y'all are right, though. I am pretty friendly with most people in town. If my friendliness and ability to get along with anybody means I can't vouch for you, I guess that's that. Sorry, Mack. I'll vouch for them. You can't say that doesn't mean anything. Y'all know I hate Tabitha. I wouldn't stick my neck out for any relative of hers who wasn't 100% on our side. Alright, noted. Can't say I'm comfortable having our little discussion in front of you. But maybe I won't keep thinking of you as Tabitha's little stoogie. Guess we should get going. Now, cool, Avery is still with us. You turn and leave the diner, Avery and Kanika trailing close behind you. Still no sound of Stella. I didn't mean to stutter like that, but, you know, I got this cold. Should check out the mines. Guess there's a decent chance Stella went to find her cousin, since they're friends. You don't see it? Oh, come on, the two of them have such a dynamic, you know? Classic dog and cat situation. Whoa, like me? Come on, I'll drive us. You follow Kanika to her van. It isn't long before you find yourselves outside the Scarlet Mines. Ooh, I am... Better hours now or none at all. I am unhappy with the treatment I am receiving as a worker in the Scarlet Mine. This guy's got it. This guy's got it. There's a small gathering of workers outside the entrance to the mines, picket signs in hand. I hope it's not weird to talk to them while they're in the middle of all this. Don't worry, I know these guys. Most of them are in the diner at least a couple days a week. They'll be chill. Will they be chill talking to Tabitha's cousin, though? Look out, fellas! That's the boss's cousin! And Zach said these kids were just down at the diner, acting suspicious. Don't engage. Let's see here. Look, I may be related to Tabitha, but I stand with the workers. Miners collectively ignore you. Have any of you seen Stella Richmond? She went missing sometime in the past day, and we haven't been able to find her. The YouTuber? She's the one on all the banned from property posters, right? We haven't seen her, and we've been out here all day, so we'd know if she'd come by. Make sure to keep an eye out. Okay. They haven't seen Stella, let's just go. If that means we don't have to talk to Tabitha, that's fine by me. We've done our due diligence here. Come on, I'll drive us back to town and we can figure out our next move from there. Where to next? Let's check out the church! The church? Why? I see what you're thinking. Stella was confronted with the evidence of the afterlife, so she might try getting into all that religious stuff. It's worth checking out. I think we'd be barking up the wrong tree, but I guess you're right. There's no point in not being thorough. I wouldn't mind stocking up on some holy water while we're there too. Seems like a good idea to cover all our bases at this point. I don't think Baptists do the holy water thing, but I'm sure Pastor Daniel would pretend to bless some water if it meant keeping us around a little longer. That's good enough for me. Let's not linger, though. I don't want him thinking we're possible converts. Well, I'm supposed to talk to him anyway, because we're both animal talkers. Oh, that's his wife down there. Oh, hey, Wayne! Hi, Wayne! Hi! Hi! Wait, if you're here, does that mean this place is dangerous? Or are you just checking in? I hope you're just checking in. I don't want to be in danger, but if I'm in danger, does that mean you'll save me? Me and this one-sided dynamic with Wayne. Kanika leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope towards the church. You know, I've lived here for a few years now, and I've never actually been to the church. That's probably for a good reason. Where is that weirdo? Hey! It was Daniel! My! 4 visitors at once! On a Thursday! This is unprecedented. But there are only 3 of us. Oh no, were we followed by Ditchlin? Were we followed by Wayne? Yeah, he was right behind you. Sup, old people? Zane! Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here? All the glimpses I've had of death I've had in the past 2 days have forced me into the midst of an existential crisis, my dudes! I wanted to see if faith held any answers for me. Alas, I have not yet found the solace I seek. Give it time, Zane. It sometimes takes a while for the Lord to work his way into your heart, but when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over those pamphlets I gave you, and of course, I'm always here if you need to talk. Sure thing, Pastor D! Peace, y'all! Anyway, we're looking for Stella. She wandered off last night and no one has seen her since. We're starting to get pretty worried. We hope maybe you or Janie had seen her. I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I've seen neither hide nor hair of Stella. If you'd like to talk to my wife, she's just over by the alpacas. Though, Mack, I was hoping we might be able to talk in private. What do you have to say to them that you can't say in front of us? Please, if you wouldn't mind, this is a personal matter. It's alright, we can get the juicy details later. I'd rather folks not pry on this, you know how rumors get started. Okay. It's okay, I'm happy to talk with him. If you're sure. I guess we'll leave you to it while we check in with Janie. We'll be right over there by the fence that's conveniently in your line of sight, okay? See you in a minute. Your friends head off towards Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pastor. I'm so glad you came. I've never met anyone else who could hear them. You have no idea how long I thought I must have had. Some kind of insanity. I even thought at one point that it must have been the Lord himself talking to me through them. They never had anything very insightful to say, so I was disavowed of that pretty early on. Is your gift why you got into the church? It's hard to say. I was raised Baptist by 2 loving parents and was always interested in religion, but I've also always known about my talent, so I don't know what came first. If anything, though, I'd say I'm religious in spite of the gift. It hasn't exactly been easy to square this with a lot of the religious education I've had. For instance, a lot of religious leaders will tell you that only humans have souls. Well, you and I both know that's not true. Though, I suppose that gets into a whole different conversation about what exactly a soul is. But those are conversations that I am glad to leave to the scholars. I'm just a simple small-town pastor. I don't need to ask the big questions anymore. I just have to help people through their daily lives. Is that why— this feels mean. Is that why people think you're, like, creepy? Because you have the gift? People think I'm creepy? It's alright. People say all kinds of things. I just have to be patient and persistent, and I know eventually they'll understand that I can be a comforting presence in their lives. Not a creepy one. Maybe if I grew a thicker beard, people would trust me more? Maybe I should get a cool jacket? Please do both! Please get a leather jacket with spikes on it and become a cool punk pastor. I would go to church if there was a punk pastor. That's a lie, I probably wouldn't. I might go once to see what it's like. Have you met Frou-Frou? Gretchen? Pixel? Of course I have, but I learned early on in life not to let on that I have this gift, at least while other humans are around, so I haven't spoken with any of them. Though I get the feeling Frou-Frou wouldn't talk to me even if she knew I could understand her. I tried to befriend all the alpacas when no one else is around. Emphasis on tried, they're surprisingly cliquey. Besides that, I try to maintain a low profile, only chatting with the wildlife when I'm sure no one is looking. I hope you don't think that the 2 of us sharing the gift means that we're friends. I hope you know that this means the 2 of us are bonded for life. Best friends. Nobody else understands what it's like to be us. Does Janie know? No, I don't believe there should be any secrets between man and wife, so I'll have to tell her one day. But there hasn't been a good time yet. Building a life in Scarlet Hollow has been a difficult process, and the last thing I need to do is add the stress of her husband being some kind of circus act. Tulip, on the other hand, I'm starting to have my suspicions that she might share this gift. There have been some particularly nasty rats in the church lately. She said some things that have led me to believe she might be able to understand them. Hi. Are you Tulip? He's interrupted by the sounds of a snapping twig and a high-pitched giggle, partly muffled by the underbrush at the edge of the property. Tulip! Come out of there, you know you're not supposed to play in the woods. Tulip glances back into the woods, quiet as she hesitates. Tulip, are you going to be good? Or are we going to skip story time tonight? I'll be good! You don't have to skip story time. I won't go into the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip, because you know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you go help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them some hay. Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Aw, Wayne's still here. I'm so glad. I was like, is he not gonna be there when we come back? Sorry, I had to have a firm parenting moment just then, and we can't see her down there. She's been trying to run off into those woods a lot lately, and it's really dangerous, even for adults. There's this massive trash dump not too far past the trees, but it must be at least 50 years old, so it's all grown over and looks like it's part of the landscape. But if you accidentally walk on it, you might find yourself falling hip-deep into a mound of rusty cans and broken glass. I heard about that from Stella. She called it Tetanus Lake. Yeah! Oh! Tetanus Lake! Stella told me about it. Tetanus Lake? That's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip would stay away if I started calling it that, or if that would make it only sound more alluring. How big of a trash dump are we talking? Would a weekend of hard work clear it out? Maybe if you had construction equipment and a team of professionals. It's a big area, and I have no idea how deep it goes. In the meantime, I'm just making sure Tulip knows not to go near it. What were you saying about the church rats? Ah, yes, the rats. So you and I are used to the sort of chatter we hear from the wildlife. It's usually nothing that needs to be paid attention to. These rats... There's something so sinister about them. And they must be huge, judging by the sound of them scurrying around in there. Tulip had never shown an evidence of the ability to before. She never responded to the alpacas or engaged in conversations with birds. In retrospect, she could be hiding it, the way I did growing up. Because I know she's been talking to the rats. She calls them her friends, and drawing all these pictures of them. Really ghastly things. I've tried to bring it up with her, but she just gets this little smile and doesn't say a word. Like it's her fun little secret. It's all innocent enough in the grand scheme of things. But I'm pretty sure they also live out on that trash heap. And ever since she started talking about her friends, she's been trying to sneak out there. I'm concerned she's gonna get hurt or catch some kind of disease. Huh. Are you sure they're rats? I think so. The pastor shifts uncomfortably for a moment. I hope so. What have they been saying? They like to try and goad me into crying or becoming depressed. They watch me through unseen holes and make fun of me and try to figure out how to press my buttons. It's annoying, but easy enough to block out, especially when I'm praying. I don't think they're a good influence on Tulip, though. She's gotten quiet and secretive ever since she started talking to them. I'd hate to think what they'd say to her when I'm not around to hear. Have you actually seen them? No, but I don't need to. I lived in a dorm that had rats once. You never see them, but the church has all the signs of an infestation. There's no mistaking the sound of little creatures stampeding through the walls. I've left out some humane rat traps, but they're too smart for them. All it's done is waste peanut butter. And I caught a possum in one, poor thing. Possums are never very bright, but at least he got a nice big scoop of peanut butter out of the ordeal. What was the possum's name? What was the possum's name? I know you said it was humane, so it's fine. Has Janie heard them? She's not in the church very often. She's usually in town doing her jobs until late, and we spend our evenings in the house. It's just me and Tulip all day long. Janie knows Tulip has made some strange little friends, but she thinks it's an imagination game. I was hoping I'd sort out the rat issue before she could get suspicious, but they're persistent, so I may have to hire an exterminator if I can get the money for one. I hope it doesn't have to come to that. You should talk to Tulip about the gift. I'm sure both of us could have used some guidance growing up. You're right. I grew up with this ability. If anyone can help her understand not to engage with evil little creatures like the rats that are eating God's house from the inside out, it's me. I can handle this. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Kanika and Avery walking back to the two of you. They must have finished talking to Janie. Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, so we better get going. Thanks for suggesting we head up here, Mack. We got to feed the alpacas. They were so cute and soft, it was awesome. And Janie says she'll come by the diner with cookies for the miners. And a few extra from me, of course. Hope your talk with the pastor went well? Yes, we had a great conversation. I appreciate you all stopping by, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances. I'll let y'all be on your way. And I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put in some good prayers with the big man for her. Alright, thanks. See ya. Kanika and Avery start back down the path to town, and you follow. So, what was that about? He seemed pretty intent on talking to you, alone. Yeah, he didn't say anything weird, did he? I won't out him. Uh? Tulips apparently made some weird imaginary friends. Might wanna check it out later this week. Kids make up imaginary friends all the time. Pastor Daniel says that there's a rat infestation in the house, and that the rats are her friends. And did I say house instead of church? Whatever. I don't know, it seemed weird. I should have known we'd have to deal with a spooky kid at some point. Okay, as much as I'd hate going back there, I guess that's a loose lead. We don't have anything else to investigate once we found Stella, and Nika pauses. Once we've checked out the clinic, then maybe we can look around the church. Seems like a plan. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? As you consider your next steps, you remember your appointment with Sybil. She seemed to be confident last night that Stella would be okay. Maybe she'll be able to help you find her. And she gives you free tea. She's so nice. And she'd never disparage your gift. Perhaps she's one of the few people in town who can truly understand you. We should talk to your mom. I'm supposed to have tea with her today. Sure, we can humor her. She's probably gonna give you some rocks or bundles of herbs for protection or something. Which might actually work. Who knows? Guess there's only one way to find out. Let's do it. Hi. Oh, and he's here too. The bells of the general store chime welcomingly as the three of you enter.
Kanika, there you are. You were supposed to stay in bed today, remember? And hello, you two. Hope you're both recovered from last night's fiasco.
Sorry, Mom. It's just that Stella's missing, and
Stella can take care of herself. Unlike you, you need bed rest and lots of fluids. You don't need to go running around town and spreading that cold of yours. Go on, get up to bed. I'll be up in a minute with more tea.
I thought you had some kind of important thing to talk to Mack about. I'm really feeling okay, and I want to hear what you had to say to them.
I'll just be doing a tea reading. Haven't those always bored you to tears?
Okay, you're right. I'm not feeling well. I should really lie down. Bye, Mack. Kanika turns and heads toward the stairs without saying another word.
And I'm sorry to be a bad host to Avery, but I was hoping Mack and I could do our reading in private. I'm sure Winnie needs help at the diner.
Oh, you're right. I've totally left her on her own today. Fine by me. I wouldn't want to mess with your tea vibes. I'm sure those leaves are very particular. Oh, but before I go, I did want to ask. Are you a witch?
As flattered I am that you think I'm that magical. I'm just an old lady who likes tea and has a few unusual hobbies.
Look, I'm just saying. Doing stuff like reading tea leaves is pretty witchy as far as I'm concerned, but I won't push it. So just so you know, if you are a witch, you can totally tell us. We'd be cool about it. I'll leave y'all to your not supernatural private tea leaf reading. We'll catch up tomorrow, Mack. Avery places a hand on your shoulder. I'll miss you, but duty calls.
Duh.
They make their way out of the general store, disappearing down the street in the direction of the diner.
Shall we?
Sybil motions toward the tea room. Alright. Ah, yes, this is where you first showed up.
Please have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup.
Alright. You take a seat at the small table on the edge of the room. It's dark here. Only a sliver of sunlight able to filter through the heavy curtains, supplemented by the bright grow lights. Yeah, the bright grow lights over the plant in the corner. Hi! Sybil joins you at the table and places a cup in front of you. It smells light and citrusy, with an undercurrent of decaying earth. It's the same tea you sampled with Avery at the diner on Tuesday.
This is a special blend. It should help clarify some of the visions you've been getting. I'll be able to do a reading once you're done. Until then, how about we just chat?
Take a sip. You take the tea, sipping it delicately. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. But the aftertaste combines the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal. You find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. So how did you wind up in Scarlet Hollow? Oh, my family's been in these hills for a long time. That's how I know so much of the local flora. Everything I've learned was handed down from generations of hill folk. There hasn't always been a reliable doctor up here, especially not one of the most the folks could afford. They have to figure out their own medicine. The other day you promised to tell me, what was it, unsavory tales of my mom's youth? I most certainly did, though I might have been exaggerating a bit for dramatic effect. I'm prone to that. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Pearl Ann was a lot like your great-grandmother Edwardine, which is to say, she was not a very kind woman. Alright, so Edwardine is my great-grandmother. That's how far back it is. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hatred for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet, so her family choosing her as their punching bag made her into quite the rebel. Why were Pearl Ann and my mom raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was young. Too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. She didn't survive the labor. Damn. What do you know about my grandma? I'm afraid there isn't much to tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The eldest died when the girls were still children. Edwardine never spoke about them, nor did your mother. I feel like you know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Did they even exist? I suppose they just haven't been very noteworthy since Edwardine took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be honest, I can't even recall his name. Charlie? Might have been Stuart or something just as forgettable. From what Vivian said, her father was some teenage fling that ended once your grandmother found out she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain it was similar for Vivian, though she was much older, and I believe she was the one who ended it, what was skipping town and all. What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she'd been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then, of course, but she was born in wedlock, so I assumed your mother's worries had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious as far as I knew. But the way Vivian was that night when she came to me, it stuck in my mind. It always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much at the thought of having a baby. What's with all of the mystery and ritual? If you have something to tell me, just come out and say it. I'll need your tea leaves first. I have pieces of the puzzle, but the tea leaves should give me some help to give me the full picture. Glug, glug, glug. And close your eyes and take another sip. And then another. It's delightful. The tea is gone before you know it. The small cup empties, save for what's left of rehydrated leaves coating the bottom. Oh, good. Glad you found the tree palatable enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal blends. Now, on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh dear. This doesn't bode well. You just got about every warning that could fit at the bottom of a cup. It just says, caution. Literally, written out down here, it says caution. How did they spelled out a word? That's not normal. And above that caution symbol is a big skull and crossbones. That's not great. And I think that's the radiation signal. Is that what that is? With the triangle and like the little exclamation? That's not great, ain't it? Or like it's 3 triangles, yeah? And there's also the one that's the triangle with the exclamation. There's so many symbols down here that so many bad things are gonna happen to you. I'm sorry. There's one down here that just says 7 days. Okay. But anyway, like, look, there's also a cross, a kettle, and an hourglass. All these mean death, misery, difficulty. Hourglass ties it all together with a definite urgency. It's fair to assume this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlands. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may at the very least be able to figure out what it is. There's a central figure here. Cat. An enemy. Lurking in plain sight. I don't trust you, Sybil. Or Tabitha, maybe. I hope it's not Wayne. The cat could be Dustin! It's like, the cat could be Tabitha, the cat could be Wayne, Stella Kanika, Oscar, Reese, Avery, Dr. Kelly. The cat could be Dustin. He's a possum who lives in my dresser, and I try to talk to him every day to hear his wisdom and help with his troubles. It would break my heart if he's the traitor. Asked Daniel, how do I know you're not the cat? Is so real. Could be Pixel or Frou-Frou. Those are the two cats that I know. I don't even want to entertain the thought that it could be Dustin. How do I know you're not the cat? That's ridiculous. Sybil is helping you. And if she was the cat, why would she warn you about herself? Pick someone else. Damn, okay. Friendship ended with Dresser Rat? No! No. Now nobody else is my best friend? Not friendship ended. The cat could be Dustin. He's a possum who lives in my dresser, and I try to talk with him every day to hear his wisdom and help with his troubles. It would break my heart if he's the traitor. Dear, I don't think you need to be worried about the possum living in your dresser being the cat. You're almost certainly looking for a human enemy. You don't have to figure out an answer right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Just be on guard. And keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. You know from the ditchlands that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely that it's connected to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we could try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, those stones, carvings, seals, whatever you call them, I think it's likely that they have something to do with all this. Until the cat reveals itself, seems like your best course of action is to seek these carvings out. Piece together what you can from your visions, and arm yourself with information. Have you sensed any others around town? Do you think you might be able to find another? Your thoughts drift to that door yesterday. The one that seemed to draw you in, urging you deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it and see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you can find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic. I think I felt another in the clinic. That's good! If you could find your way inside and uncover another stone, that could give you another leg up on your adversary. Is it good that I'm doing this? You just have to be careful to avoid the doctor. Something tells me she won't take too kindly to you sniffing around her clinic. I think that's all the help I can offer. What if I injured myself? What if I fell off a cliff? She would need to bring me into the clinic then, right? Right? I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it's just brought up more questions and given any clear answers. Thanks. I'll let you know if I need anything. Glad to hear it. I hope all goes well and I wish you luck. Hopefully you won't need it. Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. With a small grunt of effort, Sybil stands up from the table. You're escorted back to the door. And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is getting ready to pounce. Merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. I'm just like, man, I want to talk to Wayne. I want to get his input on this. Like, look, if there is a weird supernatural guy on my side, I'm trusting the supernatural guy. That guy has experience in this. So, you see any weird rocks around town? Nah, I'm done hanging out around rocks after that whole thing in the mine. Ghosts are real. So that you should know. Yeah, I know, I have YouTube. Alright, let's check in on Kanika. You're not going anywhere before checking in on Kanika. You make your way upstairs. Knock, knock, knock. Mom, I really don't need any more tea. I think I'm just going to lie down for a while. I'm not your mom. Oh, Mack, what's up? Can I come in? Sorry, Mack. My mom was right. I'm exhausted. I probably shouldn't push it or I'll wind up worse off tomorrow. Looks like you're on your own. You make your way out of the general store and down the road to the clinic. You make your way up the familiar hill, past the rows of ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. Raccoon! Hi! Hi, Raccoon! I love you! Hi! And also a ditchling. And another one up there. And a lot of them here. They're all hanging out. This guy here. Hi, Wayne! Hi, Wayne! You wanna explore with me? I would like literally any company. That would be a lot of help. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of Dr. Kelly's clinic, with secrets enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. Yeah, let's ask the woodland creature how they'd get into the house. You quickly glance around, eye streams on the other brush. A flash of a striped tail grabs your eye immediately. Hi, I love you.
Can I help you, Buster?
Hey there, if you were trying to break into that house at the top of the hill, how would you do that?
What, just because I got little hands and I go through people's trash, I'm supposed to know how to break into places? There's a hill that'll take you right up to that big flat roof thing. Sometimes humans leave windows open up there and I go inside. Don't tell them, okay? I like to sleep in the big piles of cloth. It's one of my few joys in life.
I love you. Goodbye. He leaves you. He leaves as you turn to look back at the clinic. But you're not sure you even need to jump. You used to be quite the Casanova in high school, and back in the day you learned two things. First, that the second floor of a residential building is never locked. And second, the skills needed to take advantage of that security flaw. No judgmental parents ever managed to get in the way of you and your high school flames. Either way, you have your way in. Hot, get to the terrace. You scan the parts of the building around the terrace and zero in on a drain pipe. Bingo. It's been a while since you've done this and you're a little rusty, but it doesn't take much effort before you're there. You try the door. It's unlocked. It's always unlocked. The upstairs of the clinic feels like a decommissioned museum. Old furniture is covered in plain white sheets, as a thick layer of dust coats the floor. This place hasn't seen any use in years. You're in the clinic, free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to explore as you please. You can feel that odd sensation again. The nagging pull of whatever it was that wanted you to find it. You've been caught by its gravity, an overwhelming curiosity guiding you around a corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. It's been left ajar, as if inviting you to enter. Turn on the lights. The lights click on. You're in the morgue. Reese? Tell me you're just being emo right now. Good, you're just being emo right now. What are you doing in the morgue? Vampire! Hi, flirt. Am I interrupting something? Okay, I have to ask, are you human? She killed you! What are you doing in the morgue? I'm just gonna pretend I never saw this. I love that this is flirting of... Hi. Hi! Hey. Sorry, this must look kind of weird. I promise I'm not secretly dead already or something. Sometimes I just come down here to practice. Rehearse. If you are a living corpse, that wouldn't be a deal breaker. That's good to know. I'm still not, but I'm glad I haven't managed to scare you off. It's not often I get to meet new people. Especially new people I, would like to get to know better. His words seem distant to you. Tugging is strong down here. You can almost feel yourself slipping into a trance and your eyes wander to the back wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. Follow the pull. You touch the wall. It feels disappointingly solid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder, and for a moment, the thing on the other side of the blank wall loosens its pull on you. You kinda looked possessed for a second there. You good? Make him understand. Why wall? Need see thing, but wall stand in the way. Let me inside. There's some kind of magic shit going on, man, but it's telling me I need to get behind that wall. Yeah, there's some kind of magic shit going on, man, but it's telling me I need to get behind that wall. Reese glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but if you really need to get in there, I'm pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. I just need to get the dog out of your hair. Should take 2 seconds. Get the dog out of our hair? Yeah, if I say I'm sick and I need something, she'll drop whatever she's doing and do it for me. Surefire way to get her out of the house. And most of the time it's true anyway. Huh. Yeah. Use what you got to get what you need, no shame in that. Exactly. Sounds great. Lead the way. Sweet, be right back. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seems excited, his usual dour demeanor replaced with an uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. You hear his soft voice filtering in through the open doorway at the top of the stairs, a hoarse and sickly edge added for effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom. He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I still feel like shit, but I think I can finally try to keep some juice down. Looks like we're all out, though. Really? I thought I'd just pick some up. I've got an errand to run on Main Street anyway. I'll go pick up some orange juice. And some ginger ale, too. That would be awesome. Sorry to ask, I know you're probably busy. It's no problem, it doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mom. I'll take it easy. You hear her footsteps move down the hall and then the front door opening and closing. It worked! The theatric rasp has left his voice, excitement ringing in his place. Come on up, we don't have long until she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you, and with it, your desperation to claw your way through the wall and unveil it. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious wherever it is, though I'm not sure where she would be keeping it. I'll show you around. Let's try the doc's office first. You make your way into the doorway of her now vacant office. I don't see an axe in here. He's right. Cursory glance reveals nothing but stacks of paper and cabinets of medical supplies. But something on the desk catches your eye. Some sort of records, with your family's name on them. Let's read these files. Reese stops in the doorway, turning to watch you leaf through the documents. Find something interesting? They're your family's death certificates. Let's look at Pearl Ann's. Cause of death, sleep apnea. Discovered by her daughter, Tabitha Chrysanthemum Scarlet. No autopsy performed. Tabitha's middle name is Chrysanthemum? Wonder who cursed her with that mouthful. Well, I think it's pretty. Jay Edwardine. Edwardine Scarlet. Born April 9, 1913. Died February 12, 2003. Aged 89. Cause of death, heart failure. Signed by her granddaughter, Pearl Ann Scarlet. Pretty normal. Almost made it to 90. Died of a normal old person illness. Enoch's death certificate. Enoch Scarlet. Born September 9, 1889. Died August 20, 1957. Age 69. Cause of death? Fall from cliff. This one has a coroner's report attached. Organs sustained impact injuries, lacerations to the neck and body consistent with fall from great height. Whoa. An actual autopsy report. Looks ancient. I quickly flip through a couple of the other Scarlets whose names aren't quite as familiar. Theodore Scarlet. Born May 24, 1890. Died in 1918. Age 28. Cause of death, crushed in mine collapse. Body not recovered. Signed by his brother Enoch Scarlet. Joseph Scarlet. Born April 18 of 14. Died June 7, 1944. Louis Scarlet. Born August 1920. Died June 6, 1944. Both killed at Normandy in the line of duty. These must have been Edwardine's brothers. Certificate of fatal death. Infant boy. Andrew Charles Scarlet. Delivered April 3rd, 1945. Stillbirth. Mother Edwardine Scarlet. Cause of death, complications during birth. No doctor present, home burial. Alexandra Scarlet, born December 12, 1947. Died August 20, 1957. Age 9. Missing, presumed dead. Signed by mother Edwardine Scarlet. Alexandra, the owner of the doll. So she went missing. Mary Bell Scarlet, born September 3rd, 1946, died October 30, 1963, age 17. Cause of death, complications during childbirth. Signed by her mother, Edwardine Scarlet. Wow, that's a lot of kids to outlive. Time to whip out the gold string and corkboard. Reese's eyes flick up to the doorway. And a second later, you hear the sound of the front door handle being turned. His hand is on your shoulder before you even register what's happening, and you're pushed back and out of view of the front door. Shit, I'm not supposed to be in here. We gotta hide. He hurries to the closet door, motioning you inside. You slip past him and squash yourself into what little space is available in the nearly full closet. Reese is close on your heels. We'll let him in. You let him in? Together, you listen as the doctor makes her way to some room deeper in the clinic. In the silence of the tiny closet, every breath seems too loud, as if you could expect Dr. Kelly to hear it from wherever she was across the house. Better wait a second, just in case. I like how this is clarifying that it is a flirt. Just in case you weren't sure, flirting with Reese is in fact flirting with Reese. Oh, but this is such a hard decision. This is such a difficult decision that I must take some time to think about it. How much time? How about we wait until Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern time? Chat, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all for joining. I have had a lovely time. I fucking love this game. This game's so fucking good, dude. I love Scarlet Hollow. It's so good. It's so good, dude. I love it. Oh boy. What a wonderful time. Alright, chat! God. It's so good. This game is so good. This game is so good. Let's see who we can raid. This game is fucking awesome and pretty cool and epic. I don't know if you know that. It's pretty cool and epic. Let's see here. Who is a good person to raid? Let's find somebody here. So many people are playing Hades too. A lot of the people I follow are playing Hades too. I guess that's fair enough, you know? It's fair enough. Beep bop boop. Do 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 do. I don't know what that game is. There's a lot of... It's either Hades 2, Hollow Knight. One person's playing Elden Ring, and every other person is a thing I've never heard of in my life. Well, actually, one of them is playing Minecraft. Never mind. I have, in fact, heard of and played Minecraft quite a bit. Quite a bit, if I do say so myself. I don't know if it's the game I've played the most. It's in the running. It's either that or The Sims, you know? One of those two. Let's go for Emery. Emery's playing Elden Ring. And I always like to see people playing these games. I could never play them. Not even like a skill thing, I just get angry whenever I don't get things quick enough. Or I get just like, not even angry, I get frustrated about it in a way that I don't think is good for those kinds of games. That, and I'm not good at video games. I'm not good at like dodging and shit, you know? You know? It's not really my proclivity. But hey, I hope you all have a grand old time over there. I will see you all on Thursday, where we're probably gonna wrap up the parts of Scarlet Hollow that are out right now. You know, there's only the 4 episodes so far, and we're in the 4th one. Probably gonna finish that up for where we are. I'm excited about it. And if we finish early, then I guess we'll do Balatro again. I had a great time doing it yesterday's stream, so we might as well go for it again and see if I reach the same level of insanity that I did yesterday. But thank you again for watching. I will see you all later. Goodbye, goodbye. Go raid, go raid, go raid.